Hello, one, hello, all. Welcome back. And tonight we're doing a Q&A live stream tonight on this lovely Sunday night. So, yeah, we got invited some people, so we'll see what happens if they come in. No, actually, hold on. Hold on. Okay. I'm gonna play some Super Mario 64 for a little while, so especially while I'm waiting for some guests to pop in. So, how you guys doing tonight, by the way? You guys? You guys don't mind me asking? Did you guys see anything new this weekend? If you guys had a chance, please let me know. Ah! In case you guys don't know what I'm doing while I'm doing this little Q&A, I am... Oh! I'm not... Oh. It's... I'm playing Super Mario 64, so... Jesus, Chain Chomp. He was about to murder me. I'm trying to go through, try to get the 100 coin star in Bob-omb Battlefield. At the moment, so that's kind of the reason why I'm not talking as much. So oh my goodness, dude, I took a pretty large fall. So, where am I going? I'm gonna do some health restoration. Holy crap, dude! Like I am running out of power. Um, What's up, Josh? Hope you're well, man. Yeah, again, sorry if I'm not talking much right now. It's because nobody is in the stream, for one. And secondly, I'm also playing Super Mario 64, so... Awesome. What's up, Jerry? Hope you guys are well. Nope, that was not what I needed. That was not what I needed. So yeah, guys, let me know how your day was. If guys did much today. I have been at home all day, but no biggie. Sometimes you just need the time off. I overshot. This will work too. Come on, I'm trying to run here. Yeah. It's also been extremely windy out in my area. How did the rabbit know I was going to go that way? Got him. Jeez, dude. Times go by really fast. Like, I was checking the time where we're at. Oh my god. Oh, sorry. Didn't mean to press that. Oh man. Whoa. That was an interesting glitch. I can already get the... Whoa! I leaped right into the star. What's up, Drew? Okay, the MVP. So yeah, go ahead. Ask away your questions. I'm just going to keep playing until somebody comes in here and join me to talk. God, the glitches, dude. The glitches in this game are so weird. What is a movie in your collection that no one has ever heard of? Oh, believe me here, Ethan. I have gotten plenty of those. One of them is Act of Vengeance with Gina Gershon, Robert Patrick, and Danny Glover. No one's heard of this? Intersection's another movie that nobody's ever heard of. Seriously, I got a lot of movies that no one's... Here's another one no one's really heard of. Body Parts. No one's heard of this one. I feel like. Bloodfest might be another one. I don't know a lot of people have seen this. Like, I know that for sure. I know a lot of people have seen Bloodfest. My friend from my friends group. I'm just trying to look and see what other films like God that no one has really heard of. I feel like no one's really heard of this one. Cobweb. I don't feel like anyone has heard about this film. It came out the same weekend as Barbenheimer. And it was just kind of buried. So, yeah. Yeah, The Last Castle's another one I don't think a lot of people have heard of. Oh, this one nobody's heard of. Rendell Dark Vengeance. Got that one from Dollar Tree. Same thing with Return to House on Haunted Hill and Standoff. Nobody's really heard of those. I'm going to be real with you. Like, trust me, dude. I got a lot of movies in my collection that I don't think a lot of people have heard of. I think of other ones. Again, I got a lot of stuff in my collection here, dude. So, I think Flyboys might be another one. No one really talks about Flyboys. I don't know. And I know people have heard of Flyboys. I just don't think there's people out there that have really seen it or... Oh, here's one. I forgot it. Here we go. Eden Log. Yeah, no one's heard of this one. So yeah, that one. And The Contract. Not a lot of people have heard of The Contract. One with John Cusack and Morgan Freeman. So yeah, I got plenty of movies in my collection that no one's really heard of. Or not many people are really familiar with. So yeah, I got a lot of those. Believe me. I'm just trying to look around and see if I got any more. Because I know there's plenty of them. That when I show them to people, some people are just like, never heard of it. But that's the thing with my collection, though. Sometimes I don't really aim to buy like all the gems, or, like the most popular films, like right away. I don't really usually want to do that because I mean I'll get them at some point whenever I can. But I'm mainly trying to aim for the hidden gems first. But don't worry though, at some point I'll complete most of the franchises I don't have or that I haven't completed. But yeah, but other than that, I don't know. I just morally try to aim for the hidden gems first. Or the ones that I never even heard of first before I even decide to pick up like the big cultural hits or what have you. You know, stuff like Forrest Gump. Yeah, because I still do not own Forrest Gump in my collection for some reason. I need to change that. Oh, what is that? Over there. Yeah, I don't know. There is a lot, man. So it's so lucky. Because, like, again, there's plenty of them. Oh, here we go. Not a lot of people know about Freaks of Nature. Everybody has. Okay. But yeah, Freaks of Nature. I know not a lot of people are familiar with Freaks of Nature. You see, like, whenever I recommend movies to people... What? Oh my god. Oh, man. Yeah, I don't know, guys. There's just a lot. I am still looking around the collection to see what else there is that no one's really heard of. I'm telling you, man, there's a lot. What's up, Michael? How you doing, buddy? Again, seriously, man. Like, there is a lot out there, man. Absolutely, dude. Absolutely. So excited for the Marvels. So, what's that for you? Oh. You son of a bitch. What's up?
Sup, bitches? It's me, Wade Freeman, all-star quarterback. 100%. Hey, how's it going?
It's like, hey, I'm all-star quarterback, Tom Brady. If you guys know, you know.
What do you want to be buried?
How's it going, buddy?
Holy shit, it's a perfect spiral. F you, people. Ted 2 is actually funny. I'm sorry, it's not as good as the first one, but it's still pretty funny.
That's what you get for exercising. Look at all this porn you got on your computer.
The reason I'm bailing tomorrow is because I'm going to the AMC Screen Unseen, the first one.
Yeah, I figured as much. So I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna. That's why I'm gonna probably just postpone until next year. So, because
postpone what till next year?
The watch along for men, because Fritzky's still recovering. So
I watch along with men all the time. What are you talking about?
Oh my god!
This is okay. For those who don't believe me when I say I have the best sister-in-law on the planet, the following text I did at the Alamo Drafthouse right before seeing Cade the Tortured Crossing, before I knew I was seeing Cade the Tortured Crossing, while I was sitting in the lobby after Bottoms. I texted my sister-in-law and I said, dude, you guys gotta go see Bottoms. And she responded, ... honey, I see Bottoms all the time. And it's like, Corinne, I love you. I love you so much.
That's funny. I see Bottoms all the time.
I see Bottoms all the time. What's your... I love that we live in a world where two of the best... There's all these... On my best of list, which is not just going to be 25, it's going to be long, where the list is going to include all these prestigious movies, a Scorsese picture, real cinema, and then Bottoms and Dicks is going to be on my list. That is just... What a time to be alive, young Luke.
Right?
We're eating good at the cinema this year, I must say. You know what's funny? I have 2 movies of the week this week.
That would be Priscilla and the Persian version?
Yep. You got it. Dude, the Persian version opened wide this weekend. Number 20 at the fucking box office. Fuck you.
Damn.
Priscilla opened at number 4, which is still not enough, but You want to know where Exorshit Bereamer is on this weekend's box office? It's
No, actually,
above
I have a better name for it. The
God
Exorcist-
damn it!
What?
It's at number 6. Fuck me. Get out! Knock that shit out of the top 10 already. Why are people seeing that bullshit?
No, I have a good one. For a new title that we should call The Exorcist Believer. I like to call it Extra Shit Diarrhea.
That's a little low-hanging fruit, Luke, I have to say. It's still on the vine, but it's low-hanging fruit.
But here's the thing, though, Grant. The reason why I call it that is because that movie, when you're sitting there watching it, feels like you're drinking 3 cups of diarrhea.
You know what reaming is, don't you? It is literally a less crass way of saying, like, being a sex act where you lick each other's assholes. That is literally what I'm calling The Exorcist. I'm calling it The Exorshit Bereamer.
Yep.
It licks assholes. It's that bad of a movie. It reminds me of in Good Boys. Like, Max, they weren't even kissing. She was just licking that dude's asshole. Do you want to lick it? Do you want to lick a butthole, Max? No.
I guess I'm gonna stick to my original title for it, Extra Shit Bullshitter.
Ugh.
Because that's what that movie is. It's bullshit.
That movie, fuck that movie. Like, straight up fuck that movie.
That movie just...
See anything else except that movie and Freelance. Avoid both of those friggin' movies. I know you like John Cena, so do I. I don't care. I also like Alison Brie. They shouldn't have been in that either. They should have stayed out of it as well. I'm sorry, it's just the way it is. They're too talented to be in that piece of shit. They just are.
Agreed.
It's the worst John Cena movie.
But
That's right, The Marine. You've been dethroned. That's the worst John Cena.
I was gonna say, like, another thing about Exorcist or Exorshit Bullshitter is basically how it feels like while watching that movie is basically having an entire brick shoved up your ass. Like a giant brick being shoved up your ass.
Not even a brick, a pine cone, because then when you try to pull it out, it scratches the inside of your asshole.
Not even that, glass. Like you're having glass shoved up your ass. Like, that's worse.
Again, this is going to be the first episode my mom watches on By Fate. She's going to be like, wow, I'm glad you dropped out for this. To talk about assholes on live internet for an hour.
Why? Just why?
Okay, Jared, you actually liked that movie. Shut the fuck up. You're not allowed
No, he hates Exorcist. He does.
Oh, really? Is he the one who hated it too? Okay, never mind. Sorry,
he gave it 1.5. So, I mean, he does hate it.
It should be lower, but at least you didn't like it. No, it was Movies and Trains. So yeah, Movies and Trains doesn't have it.
But now he has it at like 2 stars though. But why is he still defending a 2-star movie?
Not good enough. I demand satisfaction.
He's not good enough.
Hey, Mike, you watching? Mike. Are you watching? Dance off, bro. You want to step up? You want to step up to the streets? You want to step up to me? To the streets?
Or should I say, you? Hey, you! I challenge you to a dance competition.
What is this? It's a distraction, you little turd blossom.
Yeah, because seriously, like when I saw yeah, he even said that like you were mixing them up for movies.
Yeah, I am. Sorry, Jared. My bad.
Maybe it's just been a long day or something. I don't know, man.
I watched Quiz Lady earlier. That was pretty good. I enjoyed it.
I'm gonna watch that this week for sure.
It has a lot more heart and tenderness than I was expecting, especially like the Will Ferrell character. I was really surprised at like Will Ferrell's not playing Ron Burgundy in this. Will Ferrell is playing he's actually doing kind of a good performance of a game show host. Like he's not Will Ferrelling it up. He's playing it kind of seriously. And I really liked his work in it. And there's a scene between him and Aquafina where she's like lacking confidence, and he kind of boosts her up, and it actually kind of warmed my heart. I was like, damn, this is kind of sweet. I like this.
Yeah, for sure. And
also, speaking of people who are having great years, Jason Schwartzman again. That dude's been in everything this year. He's in this movie playing Jake
he's in Quiz Lady?
Yeah, he plays...
Yeah. Never mind for me saying this week. I have to watch it tonight.
He's the reigning douche. He's like the reigning champ. Like, he's basically a parody of James Holzhauer or Ken Jennings from Jeopardy. He's like this douchey kind of guy who always wins at the game and is like a rival of Aquafina's, and he's basically the villain. The closest thing the movie has to a villain. He's really good. And he's really funny. He's going full Gideon Graves from Scott Pilgrim in this, and I dig it.
You want to fight me for her?
No, I want to fight you for me. Scudder! The power of self-respect. I fucking love it. You know, Lucas. Scott Pilgrim Watch Along before Scott Pilgrim Takes Off comes out.
I have to host that for sure, man. Like, we gotta host that. I have it
on Blu-ray and on a separate DVD. I got them at separate times.
I have the 4K version sitting outside my room, but I'm too lazy to get up and get it.
Actually, I think my Blu-ray is a steelbook. It is a steelbook. Okay, it had like a guitar. It had the guitar in like a circle instead of Scott Pilgrim versus one, and I think it also has like his armband with the guitar crossing it.
Dude, that's awesome.
I know.
Dude, seriously, like, how is it possible that Jason Schwartzman has been everywhere this year? Like,
this year especially, like, okay, you know what's bizarre? The one movie you think he'd most be in, he wasn't in, and that was Priscilla. Because freaking Jason Schwartzman is in, like, every fucking Sofia Coppola movie because they're cousins. So he's in, like, in all her movies. And this is, like, the one movie, it's like Bill Murray in Asteroid City. It's, like, the one time he's not in a Sofia Coppola movie. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like, because he was in Asteroid City, he was in Across the Spider-Verse, now Quiz Lady, and then upcoming Hunger Games: Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes.
Hunger Games, and then wasn't there one other one that he was in or was going to come out with? I really remember.
Like, those are the four that I know for sure that
he's going to be in the Scott Pilgrim anime because the whole cast is going to be in that. The Netflix one.
Even Chris Evans?
Dude, the whole cast. Everyone who's in that movie is going to reprise their roles. Brie Larson, everybody.
Yes.
And Edgar Wright is executive producing it.
Dude, the fact that they're getting the whole cast back from the movie from Edgar Wright, I'm just like, bro, sign me up. Dude,
and then the way they announced it on the announcement video where it's the opening credits of Scott Pilgrim with, like, We Are Sex Bomb. Like, just, hell yeah!
We are Sex Bomb! 1, 2, 3, 4! Love it.
Our first song is, I am so sad. I'm so very, very sad. So sad! Thank you. It isn't a race, guys. All right. Like, the next one goes out to that dude who keeps yelling at us from the balcony. It's called We Hate You, Please Die. Great! Love that one! We Are Crashing the Boys. Is that girl a boy too? Yes. They have a girl drummer?
Yeah, but back on the topic of Jason Schwartzman, it's like, bro, he, like, despite the fact that he's in a lot of movies this year, it's like, dude, people consistently overlook him. Like, he's a really overlooked actor. Like,
he's one of our finest character actors. He's like Paul Giamatti.
Yeah, dude. Thank you. Like, I never thought of that.
He get a fucking Oscar nomination, by the way, this year for The Holdovers. He's so fucking good in that movie.
I don't like that way the guy looked at us. The alien.
How did he look?
Like we're doomed.
Maybe we are.
Yeah.
I love Asteroid City. That's my number 10 now.
That's not my number 9 right now.
That
I love that movie.
The year has been. That is all the way down to my number 10 is Asteroid City. That should tell you how good the 9.
Same with mine. Like,
Yeah.
because it's at number 9 for me. That should tell you how good this year's been. Like,
I have 2 Wes Anderson movies on my best of list this year because I also have the Wonderful Story of Henry Sugar, and I'm tying it. People are like, that's not a feature film. Fair enough, but Wonderful Story of Henry Sugar, when I put that in there, it includes the rat catcher poison and the Swan because they are all the same tone and style. These were clearly bits of a larger anthology film that he was trying to make, and Netflix wouldn't let him because they're all similar in style and tone, and they're all rolled all at him. You know what I mean? So I look at it
exactly.
as an anthology. Yeah.
So, well, let's just say he's in heaven, which doesn't exist for me, of course, but you're Episcopalian. Dude, why is Asteroid City so quotable? Like,
why is it also so freaking like critically underrated? Like, it's only like in like the mid to high to low 70s on Rotten Tomatoes. Like,
that's criminal to me, dude. Like, that's criminal. Like,
but you gotta one you need to keep an eye out for. I'm pretty sure it's gonna go to Netflix first because it's Sony Classics, so I think that means it's gonna be on Netflix first. The Persian version is so freaking good. It's so.
I will check out the Persian version when I can, but I know you're proud of me for watching Shortcomings. Speaking of classics.
So how underrated? That's one of the most underrated movies of the year to me. It's not only.
I agree with you. Like, as long as you guys can get past the fact that the characters are pretty much douchebags.
They are all assholes, not just the main guy. But that's what I love about it. And Sherry Cola, every time.
Sherry Cola stole the show. Like,
Ryan and I saw it together, and he was having a really shitty day when we saw it, and he said, "Man, I'm seeing this movie because I just need something to go right. This movie needs to really cheer me up," and it did. We were laughing every time Sherry Cola talked about kicking that person in the pussy. We were losing it. We were just laughing like you're the kind of, what did he say, something like you're better. You're the kind of person who would kick someone in the pussy for your friend or something. He's like, what the fuck? Every time it got me.
And guess where it landed? Out of I think as of right now, 192 films on my list. Don't look it up. Just guess.
14.
I mean, even though it's really high rated on my Letterboxd, lower.
20. Well, it's 22 for me. Is it 22 for you?
A little lower.
25.
Little lower.
28.
Yep, 28.
Yeah.
That just shows you how good of a year it's been for movies, dude. Like,
I gotta say something. So this is how fucking good the year has been. Okay. These are the things that didn't reach that. They're going to be on my list. They're going to get a mention on my video because I'm going solo this year. These are the movies that didn't make my top 25. You Are So Not Invited to My Bat Mitzvah. The Angry Black Girl and Her Monster. Still a Michael J. Fox movie. Everybody. Sanctuary. Fair Play. The Kane Mutiny Court Martial. Reality. Blackberry. Rye Lane. Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe, Dumb Money, Air, Infinity Pool, Skinamarink, Somebody I Used to Know, Red, White, and Royal Blue, Peter Pan and Wendy, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, Beau is Afraid, Dick's the Musical, Smoking Causes Coughing, John Wick Chapter 4, Creed 3, The Blackening, They Clone Tyrone, Mission Impossible, Dead Reckoning Part 1. Shouldn't be called Dead Reckoning Part 1 anymore because they're not going to call it Dead Reckoning Part 2.
Just call it Dead Reckoning.
The Inventor, The Wonderful Story of Henry Sugar, plus the other 3 shorts. And for the other short film category, How Do You Measure a Year? Those are the movies that didn't make the top 25. I fucking love
I'll just tell you for sure.
Yeah.
I think you already know one of those movies that is definitely going to make my countdown out of the 25.
Dumb Money, for sure.
Of course. It's my number 2. Like,
Dumb Money,
I love Dumb Money.
Me too. That's what I'm saying. It's the fact that
here's the thing, though, really quick, though, Grant.
37 on my list.
And that's fine. Like, you've seen a lot of really good movies, so it's like, I can't blame you.
I've seen almost 250 movies already, and the year's not even over yet. I've already almost reached my record and exceeded it of all time of a year. So
yeah, but I'm just saying, like, like the fact that that it's only 37 on the list should show you like how good of a year it's been for you. And plus, you've
Dude.
seen a lot of really good movies this year. But the thing is,
And I've seeked
like,
out the smaller movies that people don't go see that are really good.
but the thing is, for me, like when it comes to Dumb Money, that movie has personally stuck with me, and it's a film it's a film that will resonate with a lot of people because there's a lot of
100%.
people that have been part of this, that were a part of that story, like in regards to buying stocks for GameStop. Like,
I also never thought I would see a movie about stocks and Wall Street that was so goddamn funny. Like one of the funniest.
not even since Wolf of Wall Street. Like, holy
Dude,
crap!
even more than the Wolf of Wall Street, because Wolf of Wall Street still played it kind of. It's funny, but it kind of sticks in the throat. Darkly funny, Scorsese kind of funny. This is a comedy, and it's a funny ass comedy. Some of the lines in this, where my pussy at? Like, where my pussy at?
Holy fucking shit!
Oh, holy fucking shit! the symphony of the you gotta
Seriously, like
with your
$11 fucking million. What are you gonna do? Get a Ferrari? What the fuck?
Yeah, the baby's here. You know, like, it's great. I love
language. The baby's here.
What
Dude, if Paul Dano has not gotten an Oscar nomination by this point, he should now. Like,
has he not? I thought he got one for Little Miss Sunshine, didn't he?
I don't think he did. Like, you want to fact check that for me?
Wait a second. Didn't he get nominated last year for the Fabelmans, or am I wrong?
No, he didn't, and that's a crime against humanity.
That makes me mad.
That's just a crime against humanity, dude.
Yeah, it is.
He needs an Oscar nomination.
Fuck you, Oscars. That's bullshit.
Yeah, honestly, besides Paul Dano, you want to know who the standout performance was in Dumb Money? Pete Davidson.
Pete Davidson is great in that movie.
He is hilarious. Like, you got rich dudes pissing in their pants right now.
You got to run through lighting with your dick out. Also, the line.
What's the point of winning the race if you let some dipshit steal the prize? Like,
also, the best, maybe the best Dane DeHaan movie since Chronicle. Oh, except Oppenheimer. Never mind, Oppenheimer. But he's barely.
But Dumb Money though but I mean,
yeah. Well, okay. Let's be real.
Mike, thank you.
Yep.
Thank you.
Agreed. Well, also
so much more respect for you now, dude.
He didn't get a nomination even for There Will Be Blood. What the fuck?
Not even for Prisoners? He was in Prisoners.
Not any of the fucking Love and Mercy. Fuck. What a great.
Hell, not even as the Riddler in the Batman, dude. Why?
Yep, I agree.
Dude, in the Batman, dude, he stole the entire show. Like,
in everything, though. That dude is incapable of being bad. He's such a... Where the Wild Things Are, 12 Years a Slave. Look at this dude's filmography. The dude is in all...
Swiss Army Man! Swiss Army Man!
Swiss Army Man... Okay, I kind of get why he wasn't nominated for Swiss Army Man, but if I were picking the Oscars, I'd nominate him for Swiss Army Man. It's a little too weird indie movie for the Oscars, I gather, but that the freaking... I still... You know the montage song is in my Get Psyched mix, right?
What's that?
From that movie, the la 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 montage. That song is like on my freaking Get Psyched, and it gets me amped. I'm like, that movie's.
Hey, how much do we make today?
What does he say? Like 2 million?
5 million.
5 million. How much did we lose today? Oh, billion. Seth Rogen also doing really good.
Yeah, he was one of the billionaires sitting with Vincent D'Onofrio and Nick Offerman. Like, they were the billionaires in the movie. And Sebastian Stan.
Vincent D'Onofrio. What a cast. I mean, the cast, too.
America Ferrera, Shailene Woodley.
Who is also having a fucking great year, America Ferrera. Like, way to go.
Because he was in Barbie? Like,
Barbie, and great in Barbie. Like,
and also,
damn.
Dude.
And yeah,
also, I want to also talk about I also want to talk about excellent performances in Dumb Money. Sebastian motherfucking Stan. Like,
he's barely in it. You know what the funniest thing about the Sebastian Stan part of it was, though? When I saw it at my theater.
Hold on 1 second. I want to point out this comment.
Yeah.
No. That was Daniel
Well, he
fucking
does.
Radcliffe.
He doesn't just fart. He farts, but he doesn't just fart.
That's Daniel Radcliffe, though. That's not Paul Dano. But I know, but I know Sebastian Stan's barely in the movie, but for the time he has on screen, he's a slime ball. Like,
oh, dude. But the thing is that he was good, but in the same way that like Sebastian Stan can play this role in his fucking sleep, and he does a good job. Don't get me wrong, but he's basically just playing his character from Fresh Again, just without the cannibalism. He's basically just playing Tommy Lee again.
but also,
Spoiler
also Vincent D'Onofrio was also really good. So
yeah. By the way, I totally forgot that Paul Dano was in Looper. Also a great movie.
Why did I forget about that one too?
Yeah, well, I mean, he's spoiler alert. He's killed in like the first 20 minutes of the freaking movie, but still, like,
I mean, he's in it, so
yeah, he is, and he's good in it. But no, what I was gonna say was about the Sebastian Stan thing is a big plot point in this movie for those who don't know, and this is not really a spoiler because it's part of the story. Dumb Money is how shitty fucking Robin Hood was, which is the Sebastian Stan character's company, in like keeping people from basically trying to curb the
GameStop stock.
Yeah, curb it so that normal people couldn't get in for a while. You know what's hilarious? Guess what one of the commercials during Nuvi was? Right before the movie, and I never saw it again, was the Robin Hood app. I'm not even fucking kidding you. There was a commercial for fucking Robin Hood before the movie. What the fuck?
Before Dumb Money?
On purpose.
Dude, are you serious? Before Dumb Money, they played that commercial.
Yeah, they played it before. Holy shit. That is fucking ironic and hilarious. That's great. I love that.
Well, granted, I mean, you know what Pete Davidson said. You got to run through lightning with your dick out. So.
Yeah, but he was talking about the good guy in that movie.
I know,
not the
for
bad
sure.
Guy. You know who I also really like?
You want to think of, dude? You want to talk about like genius like brother castings? Pete Davidson and Paul Dano, like they really work well together as brothers. Like,
and I gotta say, one of the criticisms people had with Dumb Money was that there were too many subplots, and they said they'd cut out the two girls in college, the couple. I liked those characters.
Oh my god, no, Mike.
No way! That's hilarious. I will never forget that. That is brilliant.
That's like, I think that should be like the big highlight of the year is like the Robin Hood app before Dumb Money.
But for real, like this movie, they said they'd cut out the two girls in college, the Mahalia and Talia Ryder characters. I loved those characters. They're great.
But then at the same time, though, this is the story about the guy that started this whole thing. Like, no,
but what I'm saying is they talked about there were too many subplots, and if they could cut one, that would be the one. I'm like, what are you talking about? That one is one of the best ones. The Where My Pussy At? That was amazing.
Exactly.
No, honestly, if I had to cut a subplot out, and I hate to do this because I love him so much, just because I feel like it is the only one that doesn't really go anywhere too spectacular, is the Anthony Ramos one. If I had to pick, like, gun to my head, because there's just not a lot that happens with it. It's just kind of, he learns to stand up to his douchey boss and tell him what he really thinks. That's about the only real ending that character gets. So it does feel a little
and also another thing, the reason why they kind of had him come in is because he's one of those people that works at GameStop. So.
And that had a cool angle. And my buddy Alec, he works at GameStop, and he said that you'd be surprised when this movie's coming out about how many questions I got from people asking if I knew about this story. I'm like, dude, I just sell video games. Like, what the fuck, dude? Like, I'm just selling video games, bro.
I mean, he didn't even, like, yeah. I'm sure Alec probably didn't even watch any of those, like, the videos even talking about GameStop stocks. So it was like,
yeah.
So how the fuck are we even supposed to know?
He got shit to do. I also, like, no, but I was going to say that, like, the holdovers.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Just
you know what?
Okay. You know what? Rat tail.
Forget what I said. Nothing should be cut. The movie's perfect. Fuck all the critics who say otherwise.
Thank you.
I agree.
Yeah.
Oh, also, the joke where he goes, where he says, the short, like, oh, you know, they're doing a short squeeze, and then he, like, takes his mask out and goes, is that a sex thing? Okay. Okay, that makes the whole thing worth it. Never mind.
Okay, so but what were we gonna say about the holdovers?
What I was gonna say about the holdovers is that, like, of all the movies this year, like, Of an Age is the best movie of the year. I still stand by that. I feel like it doesn't quite eclipse that, but let's be real. I've been in love, but it's not my experience just because I am not, you know, gay, so I couldn't relate to that aspect of it. It connected with me on an emotional level, and it was an emotional movie. I didn't necessarily feel like it pertained to my personal experience, but I was really moved by their personal experience, right? The people making it. Of the movies, even though it's only my number 2, of the movies that I think I relate to the most, where I look at it and I'm just like, that's my reality, The Holdovers. I mean, of all the movies I've seen that I, like, personally connected with the characters.
Well, that's clearly apparent.
Yeah, it's and with all the characters of Paul Giamatti, I love. Also, for those in Hollywood watching, which is nobody, but for those in Hollywood watching, Dominic Sessa, remember the name, cast him in more shit after this, because he is fucking amazing in this movie. The lead young actor in this is incredible. He's the best performance in a movie with Paul Giamatti and Divine Joy Randolph. That should tell you something.
I mean,
yeah.
I mean, is it going to be any surprise, though, that Paul Giamatti's fantastic, though? Like, he always is.
Dude, Paul Giamatti is cinematic erectile dysfunction medication. You put him in anything and it elevates it a little bit just by him walking into it. He's that good of an actor. He's like Stanley Tucci.
Who doesn't love Paul Giamatti?
Yeah.
Like, dude, even Big Fat Liar. Like, Big Fat Liar was one of my favorite films growing up. Like,
you know what?
Him playing as this dickish, like, Hollywood producer was funny as hell.
Always great. You know what? I'm going to say this right now. I watched it again recently. Big Fat Liar still holds up. It is a funny-ass movie. I like Big Fat Liar. I think that's an underrated...
You know, some ideas, they just come to you. Yeah, from my backpack, you loser!
Yeah, exactly! It's great, I love it! It's the player for the Nickelodeon set, and I dig it. I like that whole angle of fucking... Oh, John Cho in that movie?
Oh, poor Mike.
Damn it!
I'll tell you this, though. I'll tell you this.
Drive to a theater
Grant, I'll tell you this. If next weekend, since the Marvels is coming out, if the theater an hour away from me is playing the Holdovers, because I might be going out that the weekend after to go get my other game that I pre-ordered. I might see the Holdovers.
Please do. It'll be worth it because it's.
I'm thinking about it, but at the same time, it's like also the Hunger Games is out that weekend too, so I want to go see that as well.
That's the weekend after, but I will say this.
That's what I was meaning, though. I was saying the weekend after, like when I was talking about when I might see the Holdovers.
You're seeing Thanksgiving too. You know you are.
I'm actually okay. I hope one of my buddies is not watching this right now because I want to surprise him on what movie it is.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to be seeing that one first.
The Thanksgiving?
Yep, I'm going to be seeing that one first.
Me too. I'm seeing that the Thursday night. I'm going to go with my friends for my birthday. I'm going to see Hunger Games on Friday because I really freaking want to see Thanksgiving. I've been waiting 15 years for Thanksgiving.
Well, also the fact that we finally got a holiday slasher that is actually resembled around the holiday of Thanksgiving. Like,
well, that's not that's potentially not going to be shit like Thanksgiving, for instance, which is just.
Or should I say, gobble gobble, motherfucker.
Gobble gobble, motherfucker.
That's like the only good line in that entire movie. That's like the only good line.
Yeah, but
that is it. Everything else is total shit.
Let's be real, though. They stole it from one of the worst lines in one of the worst movies ever, which is Geely, which is, it's turkey time, with her freaking legs open, like, he wants her to get him to go down on her. Gobble, gobble. Fucking shit.
No, but they missed the real part of it. It's supposed to be gobble, gobble, motherfucker. But I was gonna say, so yeah, Thanksgiving I'm gonna see first, and then probably that Sunday. We'll see though. Not confident on it. I might be seeing The Hunger Games. Like
that'll be the second Milo Manheim movie I'm seeing in November. The first being Journey to Bethlehem. The most.
Oh God, I forgot about that because I'm seeing the Marvels on Thursday. Like,
I'm seeing the Marvels on Thursday too, but I'm also seeing Journey to Bethlehem because I'm going at 3 in the afternoon and the Marvels is hour 45. So I just want to see freaking white Disney Channel kids playing Mary and Joseph while Antonio Banderas is.
Wait, what time is your showing for Journey to Bethlehem?
Like 6:45, I think.
Because I don't know what time I'll be back from the Marvels when I go see it.
Yeah.
Maybe if you want. I mean, I'm not saying you have to have me if you don't want to, but maybe I could join to help you review the Marvels.
Like, you could. If you do, you're
because I'm honestly really excited for that movie. Like,
me too.
Not a lot of people are.
Yeah, you know what? Fuck you, haters. Brie Larson's a great actor. She's cool.
And also, Tiana Paris is perfect casting for Monica Rambeau. Like,
and I you know what? I'll tell you this too. If you guys have an Apple TV Plus subscription, which you do, Luke, you have a month of it. You need to use it. Lessons in Chemistry is freaking phenomenal with her. Brie Larson, she has a series on there running right now called Lessons in Chemistry.
Dude, I love Brie Larson.
She's great, isn't she? She's such a great actor.
Like, dude, she has a lot of charisma to her. So it's like,
yeah.
So people stop hating on her.
Well, and she's also just like a really genuinely good actor. Like, she brings a lot.
Like, she has a lot of charm, and also she's really good as an actress. Like,
she is, and I think the problem with Captain Marvel that I have with Captain Marvel, and I like Captain Marvel. I think it's a good movie.
I think Captain Marvel's pretty good too. Like,
it's not top tier MCU, but it's not low tier.
It's no way it's God tier. Like,
no. It's not God tier, but it's
that's what I was meaning. Like, by top tier, God tier, you say it. Whatever.
But I think the problem with her characterization in this, which is why I'm excited for the Marvels, is the fact that her character is a blank slate, which makes it hard for her
because she doesn't really work well by herself. Like,
well, and there's no acting really she can bring to it for a lot of the movie because she doesn't remember anything about her life or who she was or anything else, and that does make it her a little bit of cold as a character. In that first,
so I think having her team up with Kamala Khan and Monica Rambeau might make her character better. Like,
you know what's hilarious? Before she even got cast in anything, because like Miss Marvel was her first thing. Iman Vellani.
Iman Vellani.
Who I loved the Miss Marvel series. I thought she was delightful in that.
I'm gonna try to watch it this week because I still need to watch that before going to go see the Marvels. Like,
she's great.
But I already know she's gonna be great in the Marvels though, because from the trailers it's like she's gonna be like the big comic relief, I would guess you could say, even though the film is a comedy.
She's the Peter Parker of this movie, basically.
Yeah, but let me hold on 1 second here really quick. You are being a hater though. That's all I'll say.
Yeah. Hunger Games could go either way for me, but yeah, the Marvels.
I'm really excited for the Hunger Games. I don't care. I'm really excited.
I know you are. A lot of people are. I'm excited for it in regards to the fact that it's a prequel. My thing is, and this is an unpopular opinion, I think all the Hunger Games after the first one were underwhelming. And I know that that's
that's okay. Like,
I think the first one, here's the thing, the one that everybody thinks is underwhelming is the first one. I love the first one. I can watch the first one.
The first one's really good, but the biggest problem is that it's not very well directed. Like, a lot of the times when it comes to the action, it's shaky cam.
That is what everybody says, and that is the one big disagreement.
Because a lot of the times when it comes to the action, it's like,
But here's the thing. That's one of the things I like about it, is his direction. Because the handheld, I feel like it's done in a way. It reminded me a lot of times shaky cam and multiple cuts are used poorly in movies. I don't think they're used poorly in the Hunger Games. It had a very Paul Greengrass feel to his camera work because of the locations and the way that it's put together. He put you, especially that initial scene, which is every time I watch it, I can feel my stomach in my throat when she's being lowered into the arena, and the timer is about to go off, and they're bolting toward the bag of weapons, right in the center of the thing, and the camera's shaking. What he does, and I love it, is he puts you in the perspective of the chaos of being on that field, running around, trying to survive as everybody's trying to kill you. That was a really effective sequence, and I thought that the ending, the way that he shoots the scene with Alexander Ludwig's character, where his little speech, when he's holding him around the neck and is talking about, that was like really powerful. And the way that it was written and the way that it was, I actually really liked that scene. I know that it's kind of, and I feel like once it got slicker, I kind of had the same problem with the Hunger Games I did with Twilight in a lot of ways. Not because it's better. Okay, let me put it. It's better than Twilight. The worst Hunger
Without
Games
question,
movie
like...
is better than the best Twilight movie. No, I'm not saying that. My thing is though is that the very first Twilight, flawed as it is, I kind of like it because I think that on some level, it's when they were still, it was at a point when they were still trying to make a movie. You know what I'm saying? Like, they had Catherine Hardwicke direct it. They had a real director. It felt like an indie movie. It wasn't a monster budget blockbuster. It was this little YA movie that blew up. And all the actors were still on board and giving performances in it. And then the sequels, you can see on the actors' faces that they are contractually obligated to be there. And even good directors like David Slade is like trying to make this bullshit work, and it's just not working.
Right, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I get you. What I was gonna say, but let me hit this really quick. It's a joke, dummy. It was a joke. Okay, we get it. Jesus, dude, do you not know how to take a joke, Mike?
I also think that this particular Hunger Games though has an uphill battle in that Rachel Zegler is the thing I'm kind of most looking forward to about it, because I just think Rachel Zegler is...
like for that movie, I think it's between her, Viola Davis, and Jason Schwartzman. Like, no question.
And the thing
and Peter Dinklage is in it too. Like
Peter Dinklage. The thing about all the Hunger Games movies though is that they stack the cast with a great group of actors. I mean, like the freaking first.
I mean, we got Woody Harrelson in the other films. Like we had
Julianne Moore, Lenny Kravitz, Donald Sutherland, like great cast of actors.
Josh Hutcherson,
Jennifer Lawrence. I mean, like, and
there you go. I mean,
and Stanley Tucci. They're him again. So yeah, and I think that Frances Lawrence is
Banks. Did we forget about her? Like,
yeah,
Elizabeth Banks.
And Isabel Furman. Yeah, I said it.
Yeah, she was in the first one. That's right.
And Amanda Stenberg. Fucking Jack Quaid, who's only in it long enough to kill Amanda Stenberg, doesn't even get a fucking line, but he's in it. You know what's hilarious about that, too? He said for years, people, before The Boys came along, people fucking hated him because they took it so seriously that they thought he actually killed Rue. Like, they were so angry at him personally. And so at Comic-Con, like last year, it was the 10th anniversary of the first Hunger Games movie. And he was on the Boys panel, and they had like a video feed come in. And it was Amanda Stenberg. And he says, "We have a message for you, Jack." And it's Amanda Stenberg in character as Rue, telling him that she forgives him for throwing a knife at her in the Hunger Games.
Oh, yeah. And then in Catching Fire, Jeffrey Wright and Philip Seymour Hoffman are in it.
Yeah. So a lot of good actors. Speaking of Jeffrey Wright, you know what movie has shot up on my list of most anticipated movies of the fall-winter season? American Fiction. Have you seen the trailer for that one?
I've heard about that one. Never watched the trailer, but I've heard about it.
That looks fantastic. It's like this movie with Jeffrey Wright where he is this struggling author who is trying to get his book published, but they want him to make a stereotypical black book, and so he leans into it, and finally he's like an overnight sensation, and he has to keep the ruse going so that people don't figure out that he's making all this shit up, and it looks really funny. Where it's the dude from Only Murders in the Building, like the gay guy, and he's like his publicist, and he's like, "We want to try to get it out by Juneteenth," and then it just comes to Jeffrey Wright going, "Oh, like putting his head on the table." It looks great. Oh, it looks awesome. That looks really funny.
Yeah. So
yeah.
Let's see. I'm trying to see what else is Like, then the weekend, like the week after, we get like freaking Napoleon, and we get
Napoleon
Wish.
looks awesome.
Like, dude, Napoleon, that's another Oscar contender right there.
Saltburn is coming out on Thanksgiving. The wide release is Thanksgiving.
Saltburn looks solid.
I love Emerald Fennel, so I'm in regardless.
Yep.
Promising
Oh yeah.
Young Woman.
Also, wait, don't we get another cool movie coming out the week after? Isn't it called Silent Night?
Silent Night. Oh, I think you're forgetting something, Luke. Good Burger 2, son.
Oh shit.
Fuck yeah, Good Burger 2.
It looks okay, honestly. I saw the last trailer and I was just like,
Now here's my
this is just another, like, dude, like the concept is basically just stolen out of the first Good Burger. But this time with AI. Like, I think it's stupid.
I don't care, and I'll tell you why. First off, it's gonna be a made-for-TV movie. It's not gonna be a theatrical level movie like the first one, and I knew that going into it. And secondly,
well, I kind of knew that it wasn't gonna be a theatrically released movie. It's just, I wasn't like thinking on that level. I was just thinking on the level as a movie. It just looked okay.
It just looks okay, but I have to say this: it's not gonna be as good as the first one. Now, here's my question as a fan of the first one. Roxanne shows up. Carmen Electra shows up in the trailer. She has a baby, and the baby looks, let's put it this way, not white. Is there a little Ed running around? Is there a little Ed running around?
Oh shit! What are they doing?
Did he finally let her get the sauce out of him?
Oh my god! Oh my god!
That movie is surprisingly horny for a kids movie. Have you watched it recently? I watched it.
I know that because like I even knew as a kid, like, there's a lot of stuff in Good Burger that is not meant for kids.
Dude, a lot of kids movies lately. You know what movie? And I get to see this a couple weeks early because I got to see it already. You know what movie is one of the horniest freaking kids movies joke-wise? I'm not even kidding you. Trolls 3 has a lot of jokes that are funny, but I'm like, you can't say that. This is like Shrek levels of like, what the fuck? Like, really? There's a part where...
Okay, now that you say that, I gotta see that.
It's actually really good. Okay, so
I'm gonna have to see Trolls 3 then.
I liked the movie. But there's a scene where Gristle and...
but now that you tell me that, it's like... Yeah. I wasn't a fan of the first two, so maybe this one might surprise me. I mean, well, look, how about this? I'll put it to you this way. I like the first one. It's okay. Like, the first one's fine.
Yeah.
2, I was not a big fan of.
Like, 2 was underwhelming. This is better than 2. I will say that. I like this better than 2. The first one, I didn't hate 2. I liked the punk rock angle of it, but the first one...
Yeah, I mean, I love the villain. I'll just say that. I love the villain. Like...
And the first movie, you gotta understand the circumstances. I saw the first movie like a month after it came out. It hung in there. I was the only one in the theater, and I walked in expecting for my teeth to itch. Like, I expected walking into it like that I was gonna hate it, that I thought it was just gonna be, I'm seeing it because I need to see a movie to kill time before another movie. And I saw it, and I was the only one in the theater, and by the end of it, I was tapping my feet. I was won over by it. I was like, this is shockingly well done. And this third one... It's all boy band jokes. It's all boy band jokes. There's a part where they're like, well, I really like this new edition. He goes, you guys got to try this Menudo. It's so good. It's like all that kind of humor. We're gone from boys to men. We're not in sync. We've gone from boys to men, and there's only one direction to go, the Backstreets. It's like that kind of humor. It's like, what the fuck, movie?
But when I saw the trailers, though, I was like, that just kind of feels like just cheap boy band jokes to me.
And I love the humor of the villains, because the two villains in it, they look like Betty Spaghetti. Like, the two villains, they're these pop stars who have no talent, and they're literally sucking the life out of the trolls to get their full abilities. It's a crazy ass kids movie. It's really weird, but I really liked it. And there's a line where King Gristle, the Christopher Mintz-Plasse character, He this is not a spoiler, it's in the trailer. He marries the Zooey Deschanel Birkin. They're all friends, by the end of the first one. So they get married, and they're about to the sister character, the Camila Cabello character, is like she's still fearful of the Bergens. She doesn't know that there's been this truce. And so she has this like putt-putt thing that she's taken over, this clown head that's about to eat them. And they're like tied up and being dragged up. And they're like, oh, like if this is going to be the end, I'm so glad it's with you. And then she turns to him and says, would it be weird if we made out right now? And then he goes, it would be weirder if we didn't, baby. And it's like, what the fuck? What the fuck?
Oh my god. Okay, yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to see that one when I get the chance.
And it was an early screening. The theater was packed, and I'll tell you what, I always love when kids respond to jokes. Like I said, the Knights of the Zodiac crowd.
No, this is badass.
This is badass. Kids say the funniest shit in movies. And there's a part where they're leaving.
Bullshit. This is so stupid. I want to go home.
They're breaking up. They're breaking up, right? The band. It's like the opening scene of the movie. It's the flashback, right? So
Right,
they're breaking up. They break up the band. They leave. And they leave him with Grandmama, who, of course, we know from the first movie got eaten by a Bergen, right? But they have Grandmama. She shows up, and she's like, she's wearing, like, her blackjack visor, and he's like, oh, you ready to play rummy, dear? I just want to warn you, I won't let you win because Grandma plays for the money. We're straight on, rise the card. The little girl next to me turned to her mother and went, Mommy, what does play for the money mean? And she goes I'll tell you later, sweetie. And she goes, like a bet? Yes, sweetie, like a bet. Shh. And I just kind of turned to the mom and we had this little smile like, kids, yeah. It was cute. It was so cute. It's like, kids are awesome in movies. I love when freaking kids are like say funny shit in movie theaters.
I mean, obviously, we know the culprit was Knights of the Zodiac. Like,
dude, okay, I can't wait to watch that movie again on Wednesday. I'm so fucking pumped. It'll be like watching it again for the first time because it's such a weird ass movie.
I got it. So,
dude, I bet that movie would be an actual good movie if you were stoned off your ass. That would be a blast to watch high.
like that one, you'd have to smoke like at least 2 joints to get enjoyment out of that movie. Like,
with a little bit of angel dust thrown in. By the way, I have to say one thing I'll say about Quiz Lady. It's not one of the best comedies of the year. It's funny. I enjoyed it. It has maybe one of the funniest drug trip scenes I've ever seen in a movie. It's really fucking funny.
drug trip?
Yeah.
Oh god. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna watch it.
I gotta answer the questions or else the cloud people are gonna get burned.
You wanna know what's a funny drug trip scene?
Strays.
Not even that.
But that was funny.
That one was funny, but that's not the one I'm thinking of.
Is it My Human Hands?
I'll give you a hint.
Yeah.
It's a rated R raunchy Christmas movie.
Oh Jesus! Oh, The Night Before. It has to be The Night Before.
No.
Oh.
It's a very Harold and Kumar Christmas.
Yes. Okay. You're talking about
when they become claymated.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I got it.
Dude, we're claymated.
Claymation. You know that the guys who
dude, that claymation scene, I lost it. Like
that,
I could not stop laughing. Like,
yeah,
this thing looks, dude. The claymation in that film was so fucking bad. Like,
NPH, I thought you said you were gay. I am gay. Gave that pussy.
Hello, Neil Patrick Harris. Welcome to heaven. My name is Jesus.
I fucking love it, dude. Neil Patrick is, and where's our car? It goes. It's like, my love stains are on the seats. I got left some love stains.
And then Kumar just smoking a joint, and then the guy pops in and is like, "What are you doing? What? My daughter's in there. What?" And it was the baby.
The best.
The funniest but creepiest scene in the scenes of the movie involved the baby. Like,
have you seen the movie The Other Guys with Will Ferrell and Mark Wahlberg?
I'm a peacock. You gotta let me fly.
Okay. I
You wanna?
fucking
Hey, you
love
wanna?
that movie.
Grant. Hey, Grant.
Yeah.
You know what I'm thinking, partner?
Aim for the bushes.
Yes.
There wasn't even an awning. Like, they fell 12
No, I know.
stories. There wasn't even an awning in their direction.
No, I know.
That movie, like, okay, Captain
That's one of the
Gene.
best Adam McKay movies for sure,
I
man.
love that movie. They're like, okay, Captain Gene. Don't call me Captain Gene. It makes me sound like I'm a demented kid show host. Dude, freaking Michael Keaton in that movie, where all his lines are freaking lines from TLC songs, and he doesn't get that he's saying it. Like, all right, boys, don't go chasing waterfalls. You did it again. He goes, I don't want no scrubs. It's like
Scrubs are out.
it's just, oh, that's great. And then the freaking did someone call 911? Holy shit! The best line is when Eva Mendes shows up and is like the freaking his wife like, oh, who is that? He goes, it's my wife. He goes, no, seriously. It's like, what seriously? Who is that? I told lady, like, honey, you come in here. We're having this is a work meeting, right? Okay, you come in here dressed like a hobo. It's distracting. Come on, seriously. What? Who is that?
That movie's so funny, dude. Like,
he's a pimp. His name is Gator. In college, he was a pimp. Gator needs his gat, punk ass bitch.
oh yeah.
You can't have a conscience in the pimp game. Freaking.
You also want, dude. You want to know the fun?
Yeah.
You want? Okay, let's go through this. You want to talk about funny, fake movie, like fake commercials in movies?
Mm.
Like, from Harold and Kumar go to White Castle.
Oh yeah, the
marijuana kill. Like, dude, I'm so high. Nothing can hurt me.
I'm so high. Nothing can hurt me.
I want kills.
No, the best. You know what the best movie within a movie is? Well, or at least it's out there. Is okay. The movie itself, I actually think it's better than the first one. It has its problems. It's not like an A+ movie, but it has one A+ joke, and that's Daddy's Home 2. With
God.
Will Ferrell and Mark Wahlberg again, but it's the lesser of their team ups. But the bit is they go, okay, I believe it was Sean Anders who directed that movie. If you're watching this,
he directed both of them, yeah.
Make this movie. Screw Daddy's Home 3, but do a spinoff. Okay, so they're at Christmas. They fight. The only thing that's open is the movie theater. All the things are closed. And the only movie that's playing is a fake Liam Neeson action movie, Christmas action movie called Mistletoe, about a tow truck driver who has to rescue his kids from terrorists who are chasing him as he tows a missile to the Pentagon on Christmas. Make that fucking movie! I want that to be a real fucking movie. Please, dear God, make Mistletoe a thing.
But hold on, really quick. Speaking on Sean Anders.
Yeah.
Speaking on Sean Anders, what's the best movie he's made?
Instant Family. Easily.
No.
Okay, Sex Drive. But I'm saying, like...
Well, I mean,
comedy,
Instant Family's great, but the one that I'm thinking of is Sex Drive.
Yeah, Sex Drive is hilarious. No, but Instant Family, dude, that movie, talk about a pleasant surprise. Like, that was another one I walked in like, oh, this looks cute, I guess. It was, like, really good.
And dude, like, it actually really, like, not only was it, like, funny and sweet, it tackled some pretty serious subject matter.
Like, and it did it in a way that was earned and didn't feel corny at all. Like, it really felt like it was a good script. Like, the way that it was written, it was, like, they kind of imply, if I remember correctly, this is a family movie that implies that, like, one of the kids was at the very least physically abused, maybe worse, by, like, a foster parent or something. That one scene where the little boy, like, wakes up in the middle of the night and is, like, crying and shaking, and Rose Byrne has to calm him down. Like, he's clearly been through some shit.
Pretty much all three of the kids that they adopt have been through shit. Like,
and even the attempts at humor are clever. Like I think it's Liza Schlesinger's character, where her whole thing is she wants to adopt an African American teenager so that she can do a Blind Side. And that's like, and she's chastised for it because it's like really shitty. Like, she's intentionally seeking out. It's funny. And so, like, I really liked that movie. And then Mark Wahlberg and Rose Byrne had really good chemistry together. They're both great, great actors, great comic actors, and just actors, period.
Yeah, like they were like them being a couple actually was really well
I totally bought it.
thought out and put together. Like
I liked them together in the same way I liked Rose Byrne and Seth Rogen together in Neighbors. It felt like
perfect.
it fit. Or on Platonic. I know they're not a couple on that; they're just friends. But it's still like, no. The best part,
it kind of feels like another movie couple. Like
No, I have to tell you, Luke. You know what? The first thing you need to watch. It's only 10 episodes. You need to watch fucking Platonic. That's like one of the best things Apple TV's made, because there's this episode where Seth Rogen and Rose Byrne, and they're old friends who like reconnect, but it's not like a romance. They're both like, she's married and has kids. He's just he's a bachelor, but they like reconnect, and he starts dating a girl who's like my age, probably even younger. And he realizes he's the creepy old guy. Like, he goes to her birthday party and she's dancing to, like, Gen Z music. And he's like, oh my god, I'm the old guy dating the younger girl. And so there's this running thing of this dude who kind of looks like Moby, but he looks like he has 10 years on Seth Rogen, who's, like, her roommate. And he doesn't see... It's very awkward. He's just like, all right, I'm 22 years old. And he's just kind of like, 22 years old? Yeah, right. But he's trying to be nice. And then at the end of the episode, she breaks up with him. He breaks up with her because he realizes it's real creepy that he's dating her. And as he's leaving the theater, the dude's like, keep on walking, old man. And he just turns around and goes, shut the fuck up, old man. You would like, I'm not no man, you're no man. You have fucking osteoporosis. Shut the fuck up. Fuck you. I was losing. I almost peed myself laughing. Like, that was fucking hilarious. Shut the fuck up. You have osteoporosis.
Yeah. So while we're speaking on Instant Family here, can we talk about an underrated actress working right now, Isabella Merced? Like,
yeah, I agree. She's really good. Also, you know what? The Dora the Explorer movie is surprisingly...
Dora the Lost City of Gold. That movie's good, dude. That movie's fun.
It's surprisingly decent. It's actually
I like that
funny.
movie a lot. So
I do too. Especially the opening scene about the freaking foxes don't swipe things. It's stereotypical to say that all foxes swipe things. That was very funny. And right away, the
way that Isabella Merced encapsulates what Dora was back in the day, like, she does it in such a way where it's not trying to, like, appeal to kids, but also to people that grew up with the show.
It's strange in that, okay, I'll compare it to Barbie for a second. It has its cake and eats it too, because it adapts the IP for the fans, the young fans of it, but it also just the right side of nicely and not mean-spiritedly pokes fun at it for the adults. Or like the Brady Bunch movies, another example, or even like Dark Shadows. It has that angle of it's an adaptation of Dora, but it's also a parody of Dora at the same time.
Exactly. Like,
and her
director James Bobin was definitely aware of that. So,
and it's putting her perkiness up against the cynical world around her, and the fact that she's still, oh gosh golly, she's a teenager. She's still, oh gosh golly, Dora the Explorer, and even Diego is sick of her shit. And it's funny. It's like he's just like, oh, yeah. Whatever. It's
so
great.
If I talk to you, just don't take it personal, okay?
Yeah. And the fact that she's trying to be a normal teenager, but she has freaking like hunting equipment because she's been living in the jungle with her scientist parents since she was like 5.
Hey, dude, Michael Pena is one of her parents, dude. That's perfect.
Well, and even the opening scene where they do like a shot-for-shot recreation of the opening credits, and then you realize a lot of the magical elements was just her being a child and imagining all of it, and then when she talks to the camera, she's not talking to anything, and that's treated as a joke, where she's like 5 and she goes, can you say delicioso? And the parents are like, that's kind of strange. Yeah, she'll grow out of it. It's like an in-joke.
She'll grow out of it.
You know what's funny too is that when that movie was coming out, first off, my old Facebook account, it was first announced when I was in high school that they were going to do it. And I was in college. And they announced, it was like 2015, they said they're going to do that. And I think I posted, because back then, maybe he still did. They said Michael Bay was going to produce it. at one time. And
What
I
the
think
fuck?
did he produce it? He might have produced it. Anyway, but he was going to produce it, and I said something along the lines of, "It's just been announced that Michael Bay is producing a live-action Dora the Explorer movie. Everybody, get your guns and backpacks. This is the apocalypse. I'm sure of it."
Well, I could say luckily he didn't.
Oh, thank Jesus.
So, oh, actually, one of the actors that's in it, it was an executive producer behind it, Eugenio Derbez.
Now I like him a lot.
He was hilarious in the movie. Like,
he's a good actor. I
think we're safe. And then the arrow comes in and is like, not safe, not safe, not safe.
He was really good in Coda, also as the music teacher of the girl in that. I also really liked him this year, as the dad, I believe, of Ari in Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe. His dad in it, who's sort of this old-fashioned guy, and he's really good in the movie.
And then the fact that he says, "There's no need to overreact," and then he walks into a cobweb.
And then freaking the fact that, like, they made such a... This is also, I think, part of why it's funny, too, the in-joke of Boots doesn't talk. Even though Boots fucking talked in the cartoon, they're like... But then they said that, like, at the Kids' Choice...
Oh, yeah, and can we also point out the fact that Boots is actually voiced by Danny Trejo?
No, I was gonna say, because they announced, and I talked to Dad about this, my dad, because my dad's met Danny Trejo. He's a massive Danny Trejo fan. I said, that's a reason to see Dora, Dad. Danny Trejo's playing Boots the Monkey. And we started talking about what it could be like. I'm like, this is going to be a Michael Bay. This is going to be directed by Robert Rodriguez. It's going to be Monkey Machete. It's just going to be like, I gotta tell you something, Dora. These hombres need to be taught a lesson. Come on, vamonos. Everybody, what does Boots always say when she announces they're gonna go do something? Doesn't he say something like, I can't wait, or something goes, like,
yeah. I don't fucking...
It's time to, like, Swiper, your grand larceny has come to an end. It's time to castrate you. He goes, I can't wait.
Fucking A, dude.
It's like the fucking torture scene from Casino Royale where they're smacking Swiper in the nuts with a freaking, like, that. The door.
Wait, I thought you were thinking of the scene in Diamonds Are Forever, like, where Bond shoves a bomb up a guy's ass.
Yeah.
I'm not joking you. That actually does happen. He shoves a bomb up a guy's ass, and then he throws him off, and he explodes.
Wasn't there that one movie? My favorite kill in a Bond movie ever is that one, because it's hilarious. I think it's in one of the Roger Moore ones, where he takes the freaking hose and he shoves it up that guy's ass and pumps it up, and he, like, inflates him. He just pops. He just turns into a fucking...
Wait, are you talking about his first outing, Live and Let Die?
Yes, that's the one.
No, he puts a shark gun pellet into his mouth.
He turns him into the freaking ant from Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. Like,
yeah, he puts a shark gun pellet into his mouth, and then he blows up like an air balloon, hits like an awning or something, and then response, "Where's Kananga?" Always did have an inflated opinion of himself.
I sit there watching it like, I thought I was watching James Bond, not the last 20 minutes of Big Trouble in Little China. What the fuck is happening?
You want to know another kill that I like in a Bond movie? It's also in the Roger Moore era. I mean, I know it might be too simple, but I just find it funny.
What?
It's the kill of the villain Stromberg and The Spy Who Loved Me.
Uh-huh.
When he was like, when Stromberg, like, shoots like a missile, like, through the tube of the table, and obviously Bond dodges it because he knows it's coming a mile away. He's like, "You shot your bullet, Stromberg.
Let's be
real.
It's
my turn." And then just shoots him, and then his reactions are just priceless.
Also Bond, of course, is immortal because you can't dodge a missile.
Exactly.
You can't literally with your own body dodge a missile. But no, the best Have you seen? This is not a good movie, but you know the movie Steel with Shaq in it.
Oh my! No,
But okay,
no,
it's,
no.
it's terrible. But there's that one great, hilarious moment that goes on forever where they. First off, logistically, it doesn't work at all. Where it's freaking him and the little, I think it's like his nephew or something. It's like that little obnoxious little kid sidekick of his. And he has the freaking grenade. And he pulls the pin. And they're trying to figure out how to throw it. And it's like taking so long. It's like, you would be blown up 15 seconds ago now at this point. Like, there's no way. So he pulls the pin out. He's holding, like, toss it in. He tosses it in the hole and he dunks it. Yes, we did it! And then it just cuts to it hitting the ground. And that shit with the gun just shows up and he's like, no! There's that freaking scene where his eyes just like.
That's like the only good laugh I even get out of Steel. Other than that, the movie's ass. Like, oh, you want to know another funny death scene in a Bond movie?
Too. Rest in peace, Richard Roundtree. You fucking legend.
You want to know 2 more funny death scenes in a Bond movie? They're from Goldfinger.
Yeah.
The demise of Oddjob, Goldfinger's henchman, like when Bond tries to decapitate him with his steel hat, it goes through the bars, and then what does he decide to do? Take an electrical cord towards the bars and then electrocutes Oddjob. And the way he just goes down, he goes like this, and he's just like.
Some of the stuff they do in the fucking James Bond movies, it's like
like especially the older ones, like mostly in the older ones. Like,
yeah, like Austin Powers is not that far off in how it parodies these scenes because they're so like the scene. I love the scene.
Oh wait, hold on a second. I got a tweet notification from Leo.
Okay.
Looks like a lot of positive first reactions for Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes.
Fuck you, haters. Rachel Zegler.
Rachel Zegler, dude.
Every goddamn day, I wake up, turn on my Roku, open up YouTube, and it's another recommendation of someone making a thing about why Rachel Zegler is the Antichrist. Fuck all of you people. Just go fuck yourselves.
If you guys want to hear about the point we made talking about that, go watch one of our last Q&As. Like, because we're not going to elaborate on that anymore. It's too much shit.
It's giving.
Guys. Just stop hating on her because of one small thing she said.
We're not going to because it would give too much attention to people who don't deserve any more fucking attention.
And plus, the thing, like, why we elaborated on that so much, and like in one of the last streams we did together,
because it's fucking everywhere.
It was because of people that just don't listen.
Well, and it's also the fact that
another thing is she only said one thing.
And it was taken out of context. Like, okay, here's the other thing, though. The other problem with that is that YouTube is allowing it, and is allowing it fucking everywhere. It's everywhere.
And it's also causing celebrities to turn on her. For no reason.
What celebrities are turning on her?
Like, people were like, Jared even said this in our group chat, that people were turning on her. Like,
okay, but
because of the response. He didn't say specifically who. Like,
okay, because if it's someone like Mel Gibson or one of those people, then yeah, they're going to turn on her. Or Tucker Carlson. But I don't.
But you wouldn't care. Like,
Peter Dinklage came to her corner over the freaking stuff she said about the way the dwarves were going to be portrayed. Because he actually respected her for like saying like, and they know each other. They did the Hunger Games.
I mean, they were in the Hunger Games together, so I mean, it's like, yeah, I mean, that makes actually like a lot of sense.
Yeah, it does.
I mean, even if Jason Schwartzman like talked to her about it, like that would make a lot of sense. Like,
but they don't. I find this whole mentality of the internet and it's
like almost, just basically toxicity of the internet, just basically taking one small thing that one person said out of context for absolutely no fucking reason.
But the thing is, not even she said it out of context. She said something that anybody who thinks about it twice would understand where she's coming from, which is that all she said was, we're going to make Snow White different than we did in 1937 because it's not fucking 1937. She's going to be a different interpretation.
Dude, this is 2023 for crying out loud.
2025, I think, by the time it comes out.
Yeah, by the time it comes out. And
they're turning that into a thing. They said people are having videos about it. It got delayed because they're going to recast the role. No, it got delayed because of the SAG-AFTRA strike. You fucking bastards! Stop trying to do these clickbait shit.
Okay, let's move on. But I was gonna say,
all I was gonna say about the whole internet thing was it's the idea of someone can love you. It's such a I look at it from a human being point of view. It's so toxic because it's like, okay, in 2021, when
but have you like another thing? It's like,
yeah,
have you really looked at them like as a person?
No, that's what I'm saying is like when 2021 came around and like West Side Story when she was really coming on the scene, nobody said a goddamn thing. It was just like she's great. Oh, she's great in this. She says the most innocuous thing as an actor in a movie that she has nothing else to do with but doing her job, saying, answering a question at D23, someone asking her how this new Snow White is going to be different, and she's just honest about it, and they turn it into...
And then basically the internet just turns on her.
It's like we eat our own. It's like that this whole mentality of we can never just respect that people are going to see anything differently from us. It's all the same to some extent. And I think that the internet has bred this whole idea of, and I think it's the reason people get elected into power who are like that too, like Trump, is that we live in an age of the internet where people being nasty gets votes, gets attention, gets people involved in stuff, gets Elon Musk to be encouraged to buy fucking Twitter. I mean, it's like that level of thing. Is the age of the internet is breeding that sort of mentality. And I think that if we looked at it from the perspective, it's the same way we feel about... I was watching a video the other day where they're talking about the documentary the Dixie Chicks were in, the Shut Up and Sing, which is a really good documentary about when they said in 2003 at the onset of the war that they feel bad that they're in the same state as George Bush. They say that, which is a very, it's their freedom of speech. It was bad when they said that publicly pre-social media. Can you imagine them pulling that shit in the age of Twitter? They'd be fucking lynched. Like, they'd be as good as dead for literally just doing what they are legally have the right to do. Freedom of speech.
And that is like to speak up a little bit, you know?
And to answer a question, like, okay. And I love the fact that everybody on the right cries woof, cries freedom of speech, cries cancel culture. And then the second anybody says anything they disagree with, they try to cancel them and tell them that they're, and try to take their freedom of speech away. It's like, what a bunch of fucking hypocrites.
Like, is it not right for someone like her? Is it not right for someone like Rachel Zegler to actually say something like that?
Well, and I was...
You guys are like, one more, again, I'm just going to say this one more time because it's like you guys got to understand what you guys are doing to her.
She's a fucking person. And the thing is like, okay.
You're taking one small thing she said out of context, like basically one small thing she said out of context to make her look like an asshole.
And Leo, our friend Leo, who you mentioned earlier,
Leo Rydell, yeah,
he had the best take on it when he said that, like, regardless of where you stand on the Rachel Zegler thing, it's like, come on, you guys don't actually give a shit about Snow White. It's like, thank you, fucking thank you. You're doing this because you want to get her. You don't care about the fact that she said anything about Snow White. You don't care about. You want an excuse because she's
just to give yourselves attention.
Well, and also because I'm sorry. I know this word's fucking wrong, but there's some racism too behind it because she's Latinx, and you're waiting for a moment. Yeah, she's
Latina, so it's like
you're waiting for a moment for her to say anything to be like, now I have a reason to be a bigoted piece of shit. Listen to what she's saying. It's like, fuck you guys, like for real.
Yeah, and then
fuck all of you.
People wanting to say she should have just kept her mouth shut.
No.
This is freedom of speech here, people.
It's freedom of speech, and also. Okay, like, and this is where I have to bring one of our friends into it to some extent, and I think that she said to the extent that she was nice about it. She wasn't like going, let me put it this way, before I say anything, she was not one of these people that I'm bunching her in with. Not at all. But like Tracy, on one of her things, was talking about kind of criticizing Rachel Zegler, and the thing is that like, I saw the clip that everybody's going off on, the original clip, and it just seemed to me like she was very plain and simply asking the question. Totally innocuously, doing nothing that would ever... If a man did that, if a white man did that, I'm gonna go there. If a white man answered the same question, if the dude who's playing the Prince Eric in that fucking movie said that, nobody would give a shit. But the fact that it's Rachel Zegler, and she's a woman and is not a white person, I really do think that's a factor. I think that they want to label her something when she's just doing her fucking job. And she's also a young person. She's younger than me considerably. I mean,
she's about my age. Like,
she's like 22. Like, she's still starting
so
out
basically around my age.
Yeah, like she's basically still a kid.
Like, guys, so just plain and simple, guys, just leave her alone.
And the other thing is, and I mean this with all due respect to Rachel Zegler, and I'm not meaning that she's not intelligent, because I'm sure she's very smart. Like, her brain is not fully developed yet.
I'm also very sure that she's a very sweet person. Like,
yeah, she is. And I'm sure she is, and she's a very smart person. But here's the thing. No human being, I'm going to say this right off the bat, nobody's brain is fully developed until they're at least 25, maybe 26.
Thank you.
So she's still young. She's still learning
she still learns new things every day. Like,
she's still growing as a human being. You can't just... You know what it reminds me of, and it's a great quote. You know the Beastie Boys?
Yeah.
Okay. In the documentary Beastie Boys story, they interview. There's an interview clip of Ad Rock, Adam Horovitz, and they're talking to him, and is talking about when the stuff they did after they took their break after License to Ill, about the music and how it's changed and how they're become humanitarians, and talking about their early hip-hop career where they were doing this typical, like, woman lyrics and all that stuff, and stuff that was offensive, and they admitted to that. And the woman asked him, don't you think you're kind of being hypocritical? Like, don't you think you guys are kind of being a hypocrite for saying all those things in your old albums and now saying all these things about, humanitarianism? And he said, Miss, he goes, with all due respect, I'd rather be labeled a hypocrite. I'd rather be called a hypocrite than be called the same idiot I was when I was 20. And I love that quote. I think that is a great quote, because I think a lot of people forget
that's actually very, very smart. Like, the way he played it.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
and no, and it's well said, because it's like I'll go even less, to quote Corey Coleman of Double Toasted. I'll go even less in more plain and simply. Why you gotta be talking about old shit? That's the best.
Again, dude, you put it very well, like, to a certain degree, where it's like people need to understand.
Yeah.
So, but anyways, we'll stop talking about it. But Grant, I was gonna say,
hey man, I'm gonna have to go pretty soon. I gotta tell you.
But I mean, you still got a few minutes though, don't you?
Yeah, but like a few minutes. I don't have like another half hour, but I have a few minutes. Not that I don't want to hang out with you. It's just that it's Sunday night and it's
No, I get you.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have to go to bed for like at least like another hour, because
I eventually want to watch Treehouse of Horror. I'm gonna be real about it.
Oh no, I get that.
Tonight, the new one.
I thought this was gonna be like another thing, like following back to the Curse of the Were-Rabbit watch along. when Mike left, you were just like, are you only getting off because you just want to watch We Live We Love You live videos about judgment from me?
And you said yes, and I said okay, you're free to go. Now, Luke, but that is, we do live, we do love, and we do lie.
We do lie.
And we
that is true, though. I mean, I can't lie.
Can I admit to you a part of my life where I had to be a different person than I was a few years ago?
What's that?
That is actually relevant to this weekend. So I said it in my review. For those who remember, and if you don't, the only place you can see it is on my Instagram page. So my Instagram followers have at it. They're shitty, but you can like enjoy it. The early era of this show, of my channel, was in the early 2021. It lasted about a month, and it was on Instagram Live only. It was followers only, and I slowly built it up. A lot of those videos have been lost to time. I did a review of Dark Shadows. I did a review of Pride, Prejudice, and Zombies. I did like a 2-hour video essay on The Haunting of Hill House and The Haunting of Bly Manor. Like, I went hard. I did a whole video essay about Adam Sandler and why I think he's underrated. All this stuff. So all that stuff is on there. The lost episodes, if you will. One of them is my original detailed worst of 2020 video, which I redid as simply like, these are my best, these are my worst. I just kind of listed them. But I did a more elaborate one on there. My number one worst movie of 2020 was a movie called Two Hearts. I still hate that movie. I think that movie's despicable. I think it's manipulative. I think it's a bad movie. I think it's badly acted. I think it's badly written.
I don't know if you know what mine was for 2020.
I do not.
My worst of 2020 was The Lie. The welcome to the one of the movies that was on the Welcome to the Blumhouse thing on Amazon Prime.
Oh, I never watched it, so I
Good. Dude, I'm gonna tell you. Okay, so basically, it's about basically the parents that are on the search for their missing daughter. Like basically, when Joey King somewhat murdered her best friend, and then on top of that, the twist was she was alive the whole time.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Okay. For context, I had a top 7 worst movies of 2020. I had a top 50 best. I only saw like 100.
I mean, I think the closest contention for worst of the year besides The Lie was for me, Artemis Fowl.
Well, I was gonna say this is where my list ranks, so I guess I'll just say, for those who don't know, channel, my list was, because it was the pandemic. It was the first year of the pandemic. Everything was on. Was on. You know, everything was on. So my top 7 were The Secret Garden, which is the controversial pick. I didn't like that movie. I know people did. Fantasy Island. It wasn't the worst thing ever, but I didn't like it. Bloodshot.
I was gonna say, like, Fantasy Island is so bad, but it's so funny. Like,
here's the thing. Fantasy Island I actually thought was kind of intriguing for the first like half an hour, and then it lost me after a while because it just got too long and too weird and too stupid. Bloodshot. This is the best bad movie. This is the best bad movie of 2020, Jiu-Jitsu with Nicolas Cage. I saw that in a theater with my buddy Alec. It was like a one-night show. Oh my god, it's great. It's terrible, but it's great. Cats and Dogs 3, Paws Unite. Fuck that movie. Directed by Sean McNamara, again.
Out of all people, it had to be him.
Number 2, by a hair, it is this close to being number 1, was Artemis Fowl. And then my number...
Yeah, that was the same for me.
What a disrespectful
translation!
What a disrespectful translation of like one of the best young adult book series ever written. Like, for real.
It really should have been treated with a lot more respect.
It's barely an adaptation. They changed shit. But number 1 was Two Hearts. And what I hated about that movie... Oh, and also a dishonorable mention, because I wasn't counting feature-length television broadcast. Now I do. Actually, this would probably be tied for number 1 with Two Hearts, was The Grinch, the musical with Matthew Morrison. Was fucking awful. Oh my god, that was fucking.
But I was gonna say, I went to
Well, before you go, I digressed from my point a little bit. Can I just finish telling what thing was? In that video, I very, very presumptuously said, and I still have not watched Euphoria. I didn't watch it then. I haven't watched it yet. I said in my video, I've seen The Kissing Booth, and I've seen this. And from this basis, I said, I am convinced, and I saw the second Kissing Booth, I said, from this basis, I am convinced this Jacob Elordi kid is a terrible actor. I said it on camera. I said, he looks like a really good underwear model, but he can't act. I said that on camera. After that, I saw The Mortuary Collection, which he was barely in, but I thought that was a good movie, and he was good in it. Mind you, he was in there long enough for his penis to explode as he gave birth to a monster. I'm not kidding you. But that's what he was in it as. But then I said in that video, I said, you know what? The only positive I said about Jacob Elordi is that maybe someone will give him like a Zac Efron or Channing Tatum like career where they'll really use him and his strengths and play it and make him really act in a movie. But so far I haven't seen it. And I said, and when that day comes, I will look into the camera and say, I was wrong, Jacob Elordi. I said, one of the first things I said in my review of Priscilla was, I was wrong, Jacob Elordi. I am sorry. Because he was fucking great in that movie. And he was. He was great as Elvis. It's one of the best supporting performances of the year so far. He should get an Oscar nomination.
Well, there you go.
So, there you go. Everybody is... We grow and we learn. We live, we love, and we lie.
Exactly. Perfect.
And we all belong to the other side.
I was gonna say,
yeah.
I was gonna say, yeah, I was out for a while yesterday. I went to 2 Dollar Generals.
Mm-hmm.
If last month I wasn't gonna go broke, I think I will now, because
I'm broke as hell. But yeah, go ahead.
so I got this first 1, 2, 3, 6. So the first 10 were from the first Dollar General I went to.
Yep.
So I got this double pack of Last Man Standing and The Last Boy Scout.
Okay.
2 Bruce Willis action flicks.
I like one of those movies. The other one is like I could do without. I don't think it's terrible, but
And then we got, and disclaimer, even if I did buy some not so good movies, but
Yeah.
mind you, they're cheap. So it's like I can't really pass up on them.
in more ways than one. But go ahead.
So I did buy Zombie Diaries 2. This was literally $3. So I just pulled the trigger.
Oh my.
And then we got The Domestics, which I heard about because of Cody Leach.
That one I remember being all right. I actually kind of thought that.
So when I saw it there, I was like, yeah, I'll pick it up.
Yeah.
Grant, you're probably gonna hate me for this one.
Fuck off! Fuck you, Luke. That movie. Okay, here's the thing, though. That movie was laughably bad. I'll say this to paraphrase my thoughts on Elemental. I hated that movie even more the second time I saw it when it was called Fall. I stand by that. Fuck the people who like that movie. Fuck. We're getting a trilogy. Did you hear about this? They're making 2 sequels back to back. Why? Fucking Fall.
But also,
man.
why did we get a sequel to this? Like,
yeah,
the sequel was way worse than this.
You know what? Actually, I will agree with you on that. Not way worse, but it was worse. It was by far. Yeah, it was worse in every way. Someone at least made a minor effort with the first one. The second one.
The fact that you had Mandy Moore in the first one, I was like, that at least gets somewhat respect from me, but at the same time, it's not good.
No, it's really bad.
And then next I got Duplicity with Julia Roberts and Clive Owen.
That's a good movie. I like that movie.
Written and directed by Tony Gilroy.
So, it's underrated. Have you seen
it? I have never seen this one before, but
it's good.
We'll talk about another Gilroy movie here in a little while. Not gonna say what it is. Don't say what it is.
Okay.
But we'll get to it. Next up I got Hostiles, which I remember liking this movie. I haven't seen it in years, but
I have to be honest with you. I haven't seen it. My mom's seen it. I haven't seen it. She said she liked.
You remember the movie Black Mass with Johnny Depp?
Yeah, no, that's great. That's a great movie.
From the same director, Scott Cooper.
And he also did Antlers. Just saying, good movie. Fuck you, Ponto. Good movie.
Sorry, I don't like that movie.
Okay, you know what? Actually, fuck all of that. The guy who did Crazy Heart, god damn it.
There you go.
That's a great movie. Right there.
Speaking of other ones that I know it's bad, but it was very cheap, so don't at me. Devil's Due.
You know what? I'm going to say something. Hot take time. I kind of like Devil's Due. I don't think it's that bad. I kind of dig it.
I might need to rewatch this, though, because the last time I watched this, I did not like this movie.
It's kind of underrated. It's gotten kind of a cult following, because I think a lot of people misjudge it.
It's from the Radio Silence team, so that has something for me to rewatch.
Yeah, and it's their weakest film, but it's still, you can see the seeds there. Also, you know who was the only one who genuinely liked it at the time?
Who's that?
Went on Twitter and raved about it? Eli Roth. He said that he
There's
loved it.
literally a critique on
Yeah,
the cover
it's
from
on the
Eli
cover?
Roth.
That's awesome. Now,
It
see,
says
that's a
very.
badge of honor,
Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. This is what it says. It says very, very scary from Eli Roth, director of Hostel.
Hell yeah.
Anyways,
That's almost as good as on my Blu-ray box set of Haunting of Hill House, like the director's cut box set. It says the critic's quote is a work of genius, really, and it says Stephen King. I'm like, fuck yeah.
Or even like the back of the packaging of Deadpool 2. Like, there was literally a critique from Hugh Jackman.
What is? I forget what it says because I own it, but I forgot the quote. What's the quote?
Kind of forgot what it was, but next up I picked up
Fuck
Joy.
Wolverine. Oh, that's a good. Okay, can I be real with you guys? I don't care what anybody says. I fucking love Joy. That was one of my favorite movies of that year.
I have not seen this film in a while either, but I mean,
It's great.
Again, separate art from the artist. I love David O. Russell.
David O. Russell is an asshole, but one thing I will say about him is that dude made a mop interesting. That dude made a fucking mop interesting. That's how good of a film.
Dude.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about underrated action films from the last decade? Savages. Like.
Okay. Glad you like that one. I'm not a big fan of Savages. I'll say this. There are parts that I like Travolta in it. I like Salma Hayek in it. I kind of hate everything else about it. Aaron Taylor Johnson's all right. I kind of hate everything else about it. I don't like the ending. I think it's really a cheap shot. I thought it was really bad. I think Oliver Stone has done better than this. You know what's bizarre? I like W better as an Oliver Stone movie.
I think you might know what my favorite Oliver Stone movie is, though.
With John, well, it's Born on the 4th of July. Clearly, is the best Oliver Stone movie.
That's not my favorite, though.
Oh, what's your favorite?
Natural Born Killers.
You know what? I forgot he directed that one. You know what? Forget what I said. It's Natural Born Killers. I agree.
Dude, Natural Born Killers is a fucking classic, dude. Like,
I never thought it was
that movie rules.
Forgive me, King. I'm sorry, Quentin Tarantino, but I'm a fan of yours. I worship the ground you walk on, and I also like Natural Born Killers. Fuck off.
I mean, he wrote the screenplay, though.
I know, but have you read the interview where they asked him about Natural Born Killers, and he says, I hated it. He said they ruined his script, and he says, you hated it? And he says, let me put it to you this way. He goes, if you're a true fan of mine, you do not like Natural Born Killers. He said, I do not consider
you, Tarantino. That's a lie.
He said, I do not consider it my work at all. Which, fair enough.
Tarantino, that is a lie.
Okay. He also, though, has erased 4 Rooms, and I find that to be an injustice, so.
Yeah, but anyways, got another, got an 80s classic right here from me. Lethal Weapon, baby.
No, that's a great movie.
That movie's awesome.
Fuck Mel Gibson, but that's a great fucking movie.
Okay, now don't ask why I bought this, because I'll give you an answer. This was $10 for 3 movies in 1 Blu-ray. The Jaws 3 film collection that has Jaws 2, 3, and 4. So
wait, it has all the shitty ones, but not the really great first one.
I have the first one already.
Oh, okay. Why'd you get the? Okay, here's the thing. I understand buying Jaws: The Revenge for bad movie entertainment value, but the other two, Jaws 2 is just a cheap ripoff of Jaws 1. All the same shit happens. Jaws 3D is only funny because of how stupid it is, and it's not even funny bad. Jaws: The Revenge is fucking hilarious because Michael Caine is just there for a fucking paycheck. Get the bloody hell out! The best.
Jaws 3 made me laugh harder than Jaws: The Revenge, dude. I'm sorry.
The best. Okay. You know what the best interview question? I've talked about this for so many great interview question answers. Tim Burton's.
Just give me like 1 minute. Like you can keep talking about it for a little bit, but I will be right back.
Okay. Yeah. I'll wait till Luke comes. Basically, what I was gonna say was Jaws: The Revenge is hilarious. Skip the movie altogether and just watch Siskel and Ebert's review of it. It's the best. It's better. It's 2.5 minutes long, and it's better than the entirety of that horrible fucking movie. It's hilarious because they hate it as much as I did. But Jaws: The Revenge, great tagline. This time it's personal. I'm trying to riff, and I don't know. The host of this program is not currently available.
Get those back, motherfuckers!
Ah, Jesus Christ! That actually scared me, legit.
That's actually kind of what I was aiming for.
Okay, so do you want to know what it is? The answer was, and it was not long ago. It was like 10 years ago, but it was. I think it was. He was on some Brit. It was like BBC Talk or whatever, and it was Michael Caine. Like Michael Caine now. We're talking like this was like after The Dark Knight. In fact, I think he was being interviewed for The Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah, it was for Dark Knight Rises because he said to like 2012 at least. So.
Yeah, so he was on there for something that came out around that time. I don't know, but they were talking about, movies you've been in. You've been in so many great movies. You were in Alfie. You were in The Dark Knight. Like, you were in so many great movies. You're Michael Caine. Michael Caine is fucking awesome, right? We can all agree on that. He's a great fucking actor. He missed, so people don't know, is that he missed his chance to win an Oscar because he was filming Jaws: The Revenge. He won for some movie. I can't remember what it was.
I think it was for Hannah and Her Sisters.
It was Hannah and Her Sisters. You're absolutely right. And I
remember that. Don't worry. I remember that.
And he couldn't accept the award in person because he was filming. He was in, I believe it was the Bahamas, I believe, filming. Also, Mario Van Peebles was in that. He was in New Jack City. I don't know what he was doing there. Anyway, they were all...
Well, Mario Van Peebles directed New Jack City.
Yeah, he did. He's a good director. He's a good actor. Also, a really good stand-in co-host for Ebert and Roper. I watched an episode where he was like the guest critic, and he reviewed Borat. It was when they were reviewing Borat, and he gave it a thumbs up. But yeah, he directed the movie Badass about his dad, the Sweetback's Badass song. Anyway, but it was but anyway, he's in it, and he's being interviewed. He talks about like how you didn't get to get your Oscar for. He's like, speaking of Hannah and Your Sisters, you missed the chance to get your Oscar because you were filming Jaws: The Revenge, and he kind of gave this kind of half, trying not to roll his eyes, polite British, smirk about it. And he says, yeah, Jaws: The Revenge. He goes, ooh, Michael, I gotta tell you, like, it's pretty bad. Have you seen it? And he said, God bless him. I fucking Michael Caine, bro. I'm really sad he's retired because the world needs him as an actor. He said, No, I'm afraid I have not seen it. I heard it was quite dreadful. I have seen the house that it helped pay for, though, and it's lovely. Yes, Michael Caine, you fucking king. I love you. That made my day when I saw that. I was like, Michael Caine, you fucking rock star. Fucking Caine, bro. That made me so happy. I'm like, you know what? I respect the fuck out of you for saying that. You could have just lied and said, oh, no, it was fun. But I was like, no, he was pithy. You did your country proud. This is very Alfie of you. Alfie's one of my favorite movies, so I was like, that was very Alfie Elkins of you. The best, speaking of great Michael Caine movies that had horrible remakes, although I actually didn't hate the Alfie that Jude Law was in. I thought that was actually...
I like that one a lot.
Yeah, so, me too. It's the same damn movie as the first one, but I still liked it.
Well, actually, bit of context, though, I've never seen the original.
Well, the original's great. I think it's actually a sequel to the original, because I think they establish in the background that he's the son of the character that Michael Caine plays. But it's the same...
In the remake?
Yeah, but it's the same... It's like a requel, though, because the same shit happens.
So yeah, okay, yeah. So
he's junior.
So the sequel / remake, basically.
Oh, Alfie, the first one, and they do something similar. It's very different in the remake. I also just Jude Law's. I fucking love that guy.
He's a genius.
Yeah, he is. But the opening scene in that movie is Paramount Pictures, and you see a car that's fogged up. It's like shaking, and he comes out of it, and it's handsome young Michael Caine, early 60s. He comes out. He adjusts himself, his hair's all messy, and he adjusts his tie, and he comes out, and he's like, oh, and he comes out and he goes, oh, I am so sorry. I
sorry.
I forgot to introduce myself. And then the woman in the car goes, Alfie! And then the title appears, ding! And he goes, Alfie. And he's like breaking the fourth wall.
Alfie.
And he goes, I bet you think you're seeing the bleeding open in titles now, don't you? Well, you won't, so you can just relax. Yes, love. And he goes to talk to the girl. And there's all these little asides. So like there's a scene where this woman, one of his many conquests, is walking out on him. He's like a bachelor who grows up. That's you know the story. He says to her, he goes, she gets mad and she storms out and he goes, I bet you think she's gonna be sticking around a little while, don't you? Looks in the camera. I bet you think she's gonna be sticking around a while, don't you? He's like, but you would be wrong. She's on her way out. You never see that character again for the rest of the fucking movie. I mean, it's brilliant. And it's almost as good as in Baby Driver, the freaking John Bernthal character, where the last thing he says in the movie, like you never see him again, and you only realize watching it the second time, like, Edgar Wright, you fucking genius. He says, like, if I never see you guys again, it's because I'm dead. You never see him in the movie again. Like, the rest of the movie, that's like the last thing he says in the whole movie. It's like, yes! So,
perfect.
That, but yeah, Michael Caine is a genius. Love that guy. Could watch him in anything. And you know what I love about the Persian version? It's basically Middle Eastern female Alfie. Kind of. Because the whole movie is narrated to camera. Like, well, at least for the first half. Because the first half, like, when you watch the trailer, it looks like, oh, it's like a screwball thing about this woman in the early 2000s who gets pregnant, and she's a disappointment to her mother. That's the first, like, hour of the movie. Then it kind of shifts into this drama for, like, 30 minutes about her mother when she was young. And it coalesces in the last 30 minutes. It circles back around. Their stories merge together into this like really touching conclusion. It's a really great movie. It's really funny and it has a lot of heart to it. And some of the dialogue is great. One I quoted to my mom because she asked how it was. I told her she's describing all of her various siblings because she has like 8 brothers and she's like the only girl. And she describes one of them who's like real handsome and suave as JFK Jr. minus the plane crash. And I told her that she thought that was very funny in a dark way. Very funny. Yeah.
But I still got more, but I'll hurry through.
Definitely check out Alfie though if you can find it. The original, it's terrific.
I'll watch it. I will.
Don't bother with the sequel. The sequel's lame. They had another sequel with a different actor. Called like Alfie Darling or something. It wasn't very good.
Nope. Anyways, I got a little movie called Hyde Park on Hudson starring Bill Murray.
I remember I watched it. I saw it with my grandmother. I remember it being okay, but I have not given it a second thought since. One of those kind of movies.
Yeah, I haven't seen it though, but
yeah.
I also got J. Edgar with Leonardo DiCaprio.
The best part of that movie is his freaking J. Edgar Hoover impression. It reminds me of when Double Toasted, right? The podcast.
Yeah.
So the early days of they were called Spill.com, and they had co-host 2000, which was this Latin dude who would do this voice of this robot who would always put porn on his top 10 list. And so there's a joke he did where he was reviewing. They were reviewing the Oogie Loves and the Big Balloon Adventure, and it came out like the same year as J. Edgar did. And they're talking about, or it was like a year after. And in the movie, one of the adult
No, it was the same year as J. Edgar.
Was it 2012? Okay. So
no, it was 2011.
Okay, well, no, okay. 2012 is when the Oogie Loves came out.
Oh, okay. But
So,
yeah, J.
yeah,
Edgar came out in 2011. So
so yeah, he was talking about. So in the movie, they have a vacuum cleaner, a talking vacuum cleaner who wants to fuck Wendy the window. Yeah, that's established in the movie.
oh my god.
We need to watch it. That's gonna be our second episode. I already decided we're watching it since you guys haven't seen it. You guys have to watch Oogie Loves and be horrified. So we have to.
Oh my god.
It's Manchurian Candidate for children. I swear to God. This vacuum cleaner, his name is. He has glasses. He's kind of the nerdy character, fucking Arnold from Magic School Bus looking boy. And his name is J. Edgar the vacuum cleaner. Get it? Get it? Because he's a vacuum cleaner. J. Edgar. It's a pun on Hoover Vacuums. J. Edgar.
Fuck.
And so they were talking about the vacuum cleaner wanting to fuck the window, and the robot's like, I gotta say, once again, DiCaprio gave a terrific performance. Like, oh yes, Oogie Loves, I'm gonna help you find the balloons. We're gonna go get those balloons with the help of Gary Ellis. Yes, Oogie Loves.
Anyway,
we're gonna get those balloons. It was the last thing I know.
all right. Next I got Hail Caesar from the Coen Brothers.
A movie that caused an old lady from across a movie theater to call me an asshole for recommending. I'm not kidding you. Did I tell you that before?
No, I don't think so. That's weird. That's interesting.
My buddy who worked at the movie theater, I saw Hail Caesar and I loved it. It was on my best of list in 2016. I came out of it, and I guess audiences didn't like that one very much because I think it got like an F cinema score. I walked out of it and it was over, of course. I went on like Ticket Tuesday. I was talking to my buddy who stopped me. He said, "Oh, how was Hail Caesar?" And I said, "I thought it was fantastic." And this old woman at the ticket counter from across the fucking movie theater, like I was at concessions, she was over there at the box office, yelled, "Don't listen to him! It fucking sucked!" Just berated me. And I was like, "Thank you, ma'am." And we just kind of looked over each other like, what the fuck is her problem? Like, Jesus Christ, it's a movie, lady.
Oh my god.
It was just funny. I was like, what the fuck are you yelling at me for liking this movie?
Right?
You're buying a ticket for another movie. Fuck off. Dude, focus on your own movie.
All right, next I picked up The 5-Year Engagement.
I love that movie. Now, see, that's a movie. Speaking of movies that use Alison Brie properly.
Well, and also my dude is in it, so.
My dude and my wife, which is a bummer because she's married to my husband, so I love both of them. and she's sister-in-law of my other husband. It's all very complicated. John Krasinski, I love you. Why did you have to marry Emily Blunt? You're making it so. Why'd you have to go and make things so complicated, Jim? You broke my heart. I see the way you're acting like this.
I think you might know what dude I'm talking about, though.
Yeah, Jason Segel.
No, Chris Pratt.
What?
Chris Pratt. Like.
Oh yeah, he was in that.
I love Jason Segel, though. Don't get me wrong, but Chris Pratt. Like,
have you seen the movie?
No, I've actually never seen The 5-Year Engagement.
Really? Okay, it's a little.
Never seen it.
It's very funny when he's singing all of his ex-girlfriends at like the engagement party, and he's singing about all his ex-girlfriends, but it's in the style of "We Didn't Start the Fire," and he's like Becca, Susie, and he's like singing all the different names. He goes, "This Korean, that Korean, and Susie again," or something like that. And he goes, "Okay, man, you can stop now. It's okay."
Nice. Next I picked up Win-Win. Speaking of Paul Giamatti as well, there you go.
Paul Giamatti and Tom McCarthy. Good director.
Yeah, that's right. Tom McCarthy directed it.
I forget. I've already forgiven him for The Cobbler because right afterwards he made Spotlight. So I'll just forgive.
Wait, didn't Tom McCarthy make Spotlight?
Yeah, he also made The Cobbler in the same year. That horrible movie with Adam Sandler.
And then 6 years later we got Stillwater, which I actually really liked.
Stillwater, which was underrated, and then also another underrated one, Timmy Failure, the Disney movie.
I remember that
which I actually really liked with Winslow Fegley, where he's like a kid detective with his sidekick, who's like an imaginary polar bear, and they solve mystery. It was based on like a kid's book, but he directed that one. So it was, yeah, it was.
Bro,
It was
like, okay,
yeah.
I'm holding this next one in my hand. This is an animated movie, and I forgot how good of a cast this has. Like, I'm just looking at the back. Chris Evans, Sarah Michelle Gellar, Mako, Kevin Smith, Patrick Stewart, narrated by
TMNT.
Lawrence Fishburne. TMNT.
I like that movie. I enjoy it.
And I think you might know one of the big reasons why I got this one, because I'm waiting on my steelbook for Mutant Mayhem.
Yep.
And by the way, Grant, I want to let you know, man, that will be one of the last watch-alongs we're doing for the year, is Mutant Mayhem.
Mutant Mayhem, here's the thing. It's no surprise that you liked that quite a bit more than I did. I liked it. I gave it 5 stars, and it was a low 5 stars, but I recommended it highly. I didn't think it was a perfect movie. I know you do. I didn't. I thought it was a little bit overrated, just a little bit, but I liked it. I thought it was good. Probably the best.
But you still gave it 5 stars, though.
I did, but I gave it 5 stars in the same way I gave Maverick 5 stars, where I'm like, it's a good movie. I wouldn't go crazy. I wouldn't be like, oh, this is the greatest movie. This is the best thing since the invention of the film camera. It's like, no, it's a good movie. I recommend it. It's good. It's not going to be on my best of list, but it would be a runner-up, you know. It probably was the best movie that, well, no, it wasn't even the best movie that week. Shortcomings was.
Yeah, it was Shortcomings.
Yeah, it was Shortcomings.
I mean,
and
we already know, like, both of those movies beat out the other bullshit that came out that weekend.
Okay, compared to that piece of shit, Ninja Turtles is fucking The Incredibles compared to fucking.
It's a masterpiece compared to that. Like,
Dur to the Dur was just fucking stupid.
No, you didn't do it right. It's supposed to be
Dur
to the Dur.
I literally, it was like Shazam: Fury of My Cock again, where I turned to Ben, because it was also a movie where, of course, Ben was in the theater with me, and I turned to him, and it was that opening scene where you see that horrible CGI dinosaur eating that horrible CGI lizard thing, and I was just like, and then getting eaten by the Meg, and it was so shitty. I turned to him and I was like, I can't do this, man. I can't do this. I have to leave. He's like, you stay right there. No, I have to leave. This is gonna suck. And it got worse from there.
Yeah,
I can already tell.
But next up, I got Frost Nixon. One of Ron Howard's best.
I agree. I 100% agree.
Also, dude, I got a classic right here.
Frank Langella is really good in that. Hell yeah,
Hoosiers, baby.
Frank Langella is really good in Frost Nixon. I think, like, you know who's a really underrated performer in that? Michael Sheen. I don't think he gets enough credit for how good he is in that movie.
You also don't know who I think is underrated in that movie? Kevin Bacon. Like,
hell yeah. Kevin Bacon.
I love Frank Langella and Michael Sheen and Frost Nixon, but Kevin Bacon in that movie.
Kevin Bacon's a great actor. Kevin Bacon, okay, elevates everything he's been in except for They/Them. I don't know what the fuck he was doing in that.
I mean, wait, have you seen Hollow Man?
Hollow Man's, I actually like Hollow Man.
I love Hollow Man.
Yeah. What's wrong with Hollow? I thought you were gonna say, like, I was gonna be like, what's wrong with Hollow Man? I like that movie.
I know, but like, I mean, I know we both really like Hollow Man, but it was just like with They/Them, that movie was just unforgivably bad.
That movie was fucking awful. Now I'll say this: that was a movie that it was supposed to be about tolerance, and the message is that if LGBTQ people are being tortured and you're not the one being tortured, you should just continue to let them be tortured and go on and live your life. Like, what the fuck, movie?
That's fucked up.
Oh, but Luke, I was gonna say, speaking of.
Yes.
I guess it's 3 words. To quote Jamie Foxx in one of the best movies of the year.
The Burial?
No, well, Burial was really good. No. Hollow Man motherfucker. Hollow Man motherfucker. They cloned Tyrone, damn it.
Oh yeah, that's right. It was they cloned Tyrone.
The Burial was really good.
The one that I was thinking of though, like when it came to Jamie Foxx, was The Burial.
Burial was a really good movie. I liked The Burial a lot.
This is also another big year for Jamie Foxx because of They Clone Tyrone, Strays, and then The Burial.
You know what? Strays is a runner-up, but Strays is a 5-star movie. Fuck all of you. That movie's funny. It is. It's a funny.
Strays was hilarious. Like, I love that movie.
it made my whole day better. I think it also helped that it was the second comedy I saw that weekend, and the first one that weekend was Back on the Strip, which was literally the worst comedy I've ever fucking seen. Ever. Like, it was the most unfunny shit in the world. And so the fact that
Worse than Disaster Movie? Like,
no, because Disaster Movie at least has that one good joke in it. Like, the rest of it is awful.
I'll tell you this.
It got a
Disaster Movie got one good smirk out of me. Like,
the head-on joke got me. That was the one part where I was like, okay, that's the Bucky Larson grape of this movie.
I'm not gonna lie. When it came to Disaster Movie, it only got one smirk out of me. No chuckles, no laughs, nothing.
Yeah.
I'll continue. I only got like 4 laughs. So I got. No, I said smirk.
What was the smirk?
It was the scene where it was a scene like it was like a dream sequence with the knights and everything, and then when our main character is like hung, he looked like he had like a huge stick up his ass and he was just hanging there, which was really stupid. But then the guy's response was, "It's the guy who ruined Star Wars."
No, I was gonna say, okay.
That scene got a little smirk out of me.
That was Disaster Movie. Okay, that got a chuckle out of me. That actually got a smirk out of me because I thought it was funny because that joke actually has a dual purpose, which is the only joke that has dual purpose because he's playing a character that Hayden Christensen played in Jumper in that scene. It's Prince Caspian. He's impaled on the sword and he's like, "You're the guy who ruined Star Wars." But the joke was also twofold because he's played by Matt Lanter, who played Anakin on the Clone Wars cartoon. So it's kind of the same. Like, weirdly, it's similar. Like, the joke has... I don't know if it was intentional.
That's what makes it even more sad, dude.
That's what makes it kind of funny. Is like, okay, that's kind of amusing. But then the other part, the one that actually got an audible, like I think it was Prim's Hood Cinema when they did the joke about how... like the cut to the guy going, I can't lie, that was pretty fucking humorous. Was the head on applied directly to the forehead and does that whole thing, and then the princess from Enchanted, and she's like, I did it already, and she starts bitching at her. Like I was like, okay, it's kind of funny. He goes, I said head on, bitch. I was like, okay, that's kind of funny.
But you want to know the scene that just made me wanted to gouge my own eyes out? Yeah. It was when they were spoofing Kung Fu Panda.
That was just okay.
I wanted to literally gouge my eyes out for that because it was so. Not only was it just nightmare inducing to watch, especially with the way that they decided to spoof Poe. The look of him is horrible.
They didn't spoof Kung Fu Panda though. They spoofed the trailer for Kung Fu Panda because that's what that movie did with all of its parodies.
Oh, hold on 1 second. Fritzky just texted my group chat. Okay, that's fine. He just saw Five Nights at Freddy's. He said 3 stars. That's fine.
I gave it 3.5. So I mean, not far.
I'm way higher on that one than you guys are.
Honestly, I was kind of I've seen it twice now. It feels longer the second time you see it. It doesn't quite have the same. Let me put it this way. Watching it a second time, I feel all right keeping it at 3.5 stars. I don't think it's a bad movie. I think it's a lot better than people are saying it is, critic-wise. But I think that it doesn't quite come together on second watch. But
that's at least fair for you, but I've only seen it the one time. So
I know.
And I want to see it again, though, because I had a really good time with it.
But I have to admit also, there was one idea, they didn't execute it very well, but there was one idea in Disaster Movie that on paper was kind of funny, but they didn't execute it. Where, to quote, I think it was Matt Atchity, they flirted with competency. Was the bit, even though it came out really badly, the Alvin and the Chipmunks bit was kind of, in a demented sort of way, kind of funny.
It was kind of the metal one that. Okay, I'll be honest. The metal bit with the Chipmunks that actually kind of got that one got one little smirk. That also kind of got a smirk out of me. I was just like,
well, the idea that on paper what they seem to be getting at is that the reason Alvin and the Chipmunks can talk is because they're demon possessed little cannibal gerbils, and I thought that was actually kind of amusing. And they don't try to hide the fact that they're obviously bad puppets, and it's kind of also funny where they're singing death metal music, and it's like, okay, that's kind of amusing.
Yeah,
Doesn't quite execute it.
but other than that though, disaster
Yeah.
movie is an easy 0 stars. Like,
But see, it's finding the corn in the turd. It's sort of like movie 43. Everybody thinks I love movie 43. That's not true. I just don't hate movie 43 because there are bits in movie 43 that I think are funny. It's just they are oases in a sea of shit. Like quite
Yeah,
literally involving the
yeah.
like I said, I liked the Terrence Howard skit, although I thought it was just long enough. I'll say this. I fucking loved the Emma Stone one. The one with the freaking PA, like that. If that were a Tim and Eric skit on its own, I would think that was the funniest shit. With the freaking PA thing, or just like, you know, they're having the fight, and then just like, I'll see you in church. I was like, that just got me. And then there was one 5-minute bit in movie 43 that I think is actually brilliant. Brilliant. Like, I think that if it was taken out of this movie and just put on YouTube, it would be one of the best YouTube videos ever. And you know what it is?
What?
It's the fake, mind you, it's aged a little poorly considering who's narrating it, but it's the fake black and white PSA about vending machines from that movie, when it was like, they would have fake commercials in it, and it was one of those where it was like, there's little kids in vending machines who give you your food and your change. And when people curse out the vending machines and kick it, it hurts their feelings. It's like Save the Children of Ethiopia commercial, but it's kids in vending machines. And it's so weird and so anti-humored and so twisted in its funniness. I was like, you know what? This is kind of a brilliant 4-minute YouTube video in the middle of this kind of uneven, shitty sketch movie. Like, the person who wrote that skit had a good... that person, I think...
They had a good idea on paper, though.
It's a good, but it's executed well too. Like, if that guy went on to write for something like SNL, it wouldn't surprise me. Because the guy, like, it feels, you know what it feels like? It feels like something Kyle Mooney would do in like the last 5 minutes of a really good episode of SNL. Like, it reminds me of that skit. Speaking of Chris Pratt, it reminds me of that skit when Chris Pratt hosted SNL, where it's the sitcom parody, where it's deadpan funny, where it's like he's becoming a bad boy, and they're like. And he walks out, but all the cadences are off. Like, it's intentionally dry, and like the cadence off. He goes, "I don't think you should hang out with Jimmy anymore." And then Chris Pratt walks out and goes, "Hey, you can't tell me who I can and cannot hang out with." And he walks through the door. He goes, "This is a fight." And then he lightly closes the door. And then they just keep cutting to transitions, and it's supposed to be like a suburban neighborhood, but then it's like a medieval castle with a dragon. They cut out, and it's like two people making out. It's like, it's that kind of humor where it's like, okay, that's funny. That's genuinely funny in my weird sense of humor that like tickles me. That just, well, or like the Too Many Cooks kind of thing. Like, that guy's a genius. You know, it's that way I feel about it. Like, the Machine Kids. Even the payoff to that joke where they're like, if you're gonna be a jerk, always remember, machines, they're full of kids. It's just like, that's funny. Now, see, that bit alone, I'm like, that's actually like funny in a. That's where stupid humor becomes humor. Like, where stupidity actually becomes funny is that. But yeah, the freaking Hugh Jackman with the balls on his chin, that was just stupid.
That one I was just like, nope, that's an instant turnoff. Like,
I automatically skip it when they do the freaking Chris Pratt Anna Faris thing, and I love both of them. But that freaking,
I mean, I love Chris Pratt myself, but
I have to admit there is one chuckle though in that skit the first time I saw it, and when I fast forwarded, I always stop on that part of the skit, and it's the thing where spoiler alert, Chris Pratt, Anna Faris wants Chris Pratt to shit on her. She's a freak, and they're a couple, and. It's the part in that's funny. It's not the bit itself. Most of the bit is just stupid and unwatchable. There's that one part where it's when JB Smoove shows up, and he's like his friend, and they're sitting there talking, and he goes, "I just don't know if I can do this." And JB Smoove is like, I don't think I could just shit on her. I don't think that's respectful or something. And he goes, You don't understand, man. He goes, if you shit on someone, you're a whore. If you poop on someone, it means you love them. And I'm just like, damn it, that's
Oh my
funny.
God.
That's like the only funny part. That was funny. So I always like pause it and go to that part and then just skip the rest of it, like the beginning and the end of that skit. But that part, that line was funny, and JB Smoove said it funny, like, you don't understand, man. You shit on someone, you're a whore. You poop on someone, it means you love them. It's just like, damn it, that's really funny. It's stupid,
there you go.
but it's funny.
But, anyways, I'll continue. I got 4 left. So we got Boyhood.
Great
Fantastic. Oh, and speaking on Chris Pratt, everything is awesome. The Lego Movie.
Let me see that cover again. Hell yeah.
This is the 3D version. Like,
how the hell did that not get nominated for Best Animated Feature?
Yeah, that's kind of a crime.
Bullshit.
But speaking on crimes for the Oscars here, hold on a second. Really quick.
Yeah.
The name of my company is Video Production News, a professional news gathering service. That is how it should be read, and that is how it should be said. Nightcrawler.
Fucking A. Fucking A.
One of my all-time favorite films.
Great.
And an absolute crime against humanity that Jake Gyllenhaal was not nominated for Best Actor.
Not a goddamn thing. Not even a Golden Globe. And the Golden Globes are stupid anyway, but even that didn't. Ugh.
The only thing that this film even got nominated for was for screenplay, and even that's just bullshit on its own. Like,
it is a pretty great screenplay, though. That they got that part.
I mean, I know. I mean, the screenplay is great, but it's like the movie deserved more than that.
It did, absolutely, 100%.
Like, and you want to know what deserved more than the screenplay? This dude.
You know what else did too? Moonrise Kingdom.
Hold on, 1 minute.
Oh no! I finally broke Luke.
There you go.
Hell yeah!
These 2 films are amongst my favorite movies of all time.
Great movies. What kind of bird are you?
What?
What kind of bird are you? Think
Damn
about
it,
it.
I forgot.
I'm a sparrow. I'm a like no. What kind of bird are you? I fucking love that movie so much. I love Moonrise Kingdom. That's such a great movie. That might actually be my favorite.
What's with all this wood?
What?
What's with all this wood?
Oh, the tree house. He's building it taller. He's building up the tree house.
Dude. Why is it up so high? If someone falls from there, that's a guaranteed death.
Jiminy Christmas, he fled the coop.
No, it's Jiminy Cricket, he flew the coop.
Yeah. The best. And also,
dude, that, honestly, thinking about it, that might be Edward Norton's best performance.
He's pretty great in that movie. No, the best, same with Bruce Willis, I have to say. The best.
And it's only Wes Anderson movie.
Yeah, and his last good one, all except for Looper. But they came out at the same time, so I don't think that counts. But the line in, I love the line. And Wes Anderson,
and also Jason Schwartzman for the limited screen time he has.
Yeah, but he's in all of Wes Anderson's movies, just about. Anyway, the line he has, though, I love this line. I don't think it's real underrated from that movie. The line is, I always talk about the moment where Wes Anderson's artifice becomes human. Like in Asteroid City, the scene with him and Margot Robbie on like the balcony, where you see the emotional, where it's actually really moving. And the scene is when he's at Captain Sharp's house and they're eating dinner and he's like looking after him before he adopts him at the end. And it's spoiler alert, I guess. And it's the 2 of them. It's Bruce Willis and Jared Gilman. Is that his name, Jared Gilman?
Yeah, Jared Gilman.
Who has one of the best Twitter accounts ever. By the way, I'll write it there.
Hold on 1 second. I got something for you. Nickleby, what are you doing?
What?
No, it's Dickleby, what are you doing?
Oh, fuck, I forgot the line.
Pest control, burning some ants. Spot check.
Yeah.
Your socks are down.
I just want to let you all...
Your trousers are not properly pressed. You're reported for uniform violation.
I just wanted you to know, if we take them on, I don't want to be the only person without a weapon. Me neither.
Reckless cycling, second warning. Next time I take away the key.
Yeah. Anywho.
Bro, seriously, like Edward, dude.
Okay.
I don't
but
think there's going to be a better comedic performance in a Wes Anderson movie than from Edward Norton. Like,
Yeah, he's
'cause-
pretty good. But I was just gonna
dude,
say the Bruce.
like, and that's like one of the only times you'll really see Edward Norton as a comedian. Like,
Oh, I completely disagree. Birdman. I mean,
Birdman, yeah.
he was
Leaves of
hilarious.
Grass. If anyone has not seen Leaves of Grass, go watch that movie. I love Leaves of Grass.
I agree. He directed that one too, didn't he? Or at least produced it.
Tim Blake Nelson directed that one.
That's right. Okay, yeah.
Edward Norton directed 2 movies. He directed Motherless Brooklyn, which, by the way, guys, go watch Motherless Brooklyn.
Which is not bad. I agree.
And Keeping the Faith, which he also starred in with Ben Stiller. Like,
which also was
underrated. Like,
yeah, it is.
Dude, just the scene like when he's doing like the what is the thing called like where they just kind of wave it back and forth in church. The fact that he smacks somebody with it and then it lands on his robe.
Yeah,
dude, I just laughed my ass off.
But I'm digressing from my point again, Mr. Ponto.
Sorry.
It's fine, but I guess I gotta go after this. I'm sorry, dude. It's getting late. The scene with Bruce Willis is talking to the kid, and he says, he's talking about running off, and he knows that it was stupid. And this is the part where it gets really moving, where they're sitting eating together. It's him and they're both really acting the hell out of it. And he says, I know it was stupid, it was a stupid decision or something. And he's understanding, and he's like, you're just, it's like, you're just a kid, man. Like, everybody's something to the extent of you're just a kid, even kids will sometimes put their fingers in a light socket from time to time. Right. I thought that was a really great line. I was like,
But but I forgot to say I got one more. There's one more pickup. Just one more, and then we'll probably just end it there.
Okay.
This is a 4K movie, and I know this movie's not good, but it was $3 for this on 4K.
Care.
And it has the funniest opening line in a movie. Dad! Fucking Hurricane Heist.
You are wrong about one thing, Mr. Ponto. You said it's a terrible movie. It's a terribly awesome movie.
That's what I'm saying, though. It's terribly awesome. Like,
that's Knights of the Zodiac levels of that's a watchable bad movie.
Well, now since I own this, we got to do a bad movie night of watching the Hurricane Heist.
I liked that movie a lot more when I saw it the second time, and it was called Into the Storm. I don't care. I kind of like Into the Storm.
Into the Storm.
I don't think it's that bad.
Into the Storm is not bad. Like, you get Nathan Kress in it for a little bit, so there you go.
It also has my wife in it, so I really can't hate Alicia Debnam Carey. Like, hit me up.
I was gonna say, dude, I'm not lying to you. Hurricane Heist has the best opening line of dialogue in a movie.
Yeah, it does.
Dad! It's right up when
there.
I heard that line the first time I watched it, dude, I could not hold my laughter. Like,
it's right up there with, speaking of movies that'll be future episodes of Bad Movie Nights. I'm sorry, I can't talk right now. I have to poop.
The fanatic. I can do it better. Like, I can't talk too long. I gotta poo.
What was the line that what was the name of Devon Sawa's character in that?
What are you talking about? Like Hunter Dunbar?
Hunter Dunbar is like, Hunter Dunbar. Yeah, the fanatic.
But yeah, I think we'll go ahead and since you gotta go, we'll wrap it up.
Well, real quick before I go, if you want to see Devon Sawa in something good, watch the Chucky TV series, where every season he plays a different character. Like, they kill him off, and then he just comes back as someone else. In this one, he's the president. But last season...
Oh, speaking of Devon Sawa movies, go fucking watch Idle Hands. Like...
And Final Destination.
Casper?
He's in fucking Casper? Who is he in Casper?
I think he actually voices the ghost.
Really?
If I remember right.
Damn. Way to go, Devon Sawa. Who are you going to call? Somebody else. Casper's awesome, but no, the line Christina Ricci, one of my first crushes as a child, right up there with Hilary Duff and Kirsten Dunst. I'm in love with all of you.
Definitely Christina Ricci was like my top for sure, man.
Damn, and then as a teenager, I watched similar to Spider-Man with Kirsten Dunst and Get Over It with Kirsten Dunst. As a teenager, I watched Black Snake Moan, and I was like, I feel a disturbance in the force.
Oh, wait, no, you did it wrong. It's supposed to be, oh, I felt a disturbance in the force.
Speaking of underrated movies, Fanboys, goddammit.
Fanboys is good.
That
It's
movie
so
is
funny.
underrated as fuck. And now, see, that movie, the freaking, and I don't care what anyone says. I like Dan Fogler. He's funny. And also, speaking of movies that are underrated, I guess, it's not the greatest comedy ever, but I actually really like Balls of Fury. I think it's kind of funny. And like I said, there's that one joke that makes the whole movie funnier, and it's when the freaking temple they're in the ping pong battle, and the temple is crumbling, and Diedrich Bader is like his friend who's like this like homoerotic gym bro, and they have this he meets this panda and they become friends, and so the temple's going down and he goes, dude, get the car, we gotta go now, and he goes all right bro, I'll be right back, I gotta go grab my panda. Runs off screen, runs back on screen. Panda's dead. Let's go.
That's just great. But yeah, guys, we're gonna wrap it up. So we'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.
Peace.